only Darren McCarty and Neil Rule can give. It's time for Big D Energy, live on Woodward Sports. Join four-time Stanley Cup champion and legendary badass Darren McCarty and the golden voice of Neil Rule, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., as they give their takes on all things Detroit sports. The number one midday show in Detroit is on. Welcome to Big D Energy.
Yo, 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 what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Big D Energy, Big D! Right here on the Woodward Sports Network. My name is Neil Rule. That guy, Stick, is in the building. Hello. For D-Mac. We got KG's in the building somewhere, so Chase has moved from the Chase Lounge into the Chase audio booth. Is that fair?
Yeah.
He's our Don Kelly.
Presented by Chase Bank.
Yeah.
I'm much better than Don Kelly.
Well, it's yet to be seen. You know, you're on the
disagree.
come up.
No disrespecting Don Kelly.
Yeah, I'm not disrespecting Don
Jesus.
Kelly. Yeah. What do you mean? You didn't think Don Kelly contributed? You didn't think Don
I think I
Kelly?
have as many World Series rings as Don Kelly.
Yeah. Well, so I mean, you
So do I.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah. What's this World Series ring? The knock on team contributor?
Yes, that seems to be the
I would say
space we
baseball is
moved
the
into.
one sport where rings aren't really that big of an argument.
Right, because there's only 4 teams that can competitively compete for one every year.
Spencer's in the building.
Hello.
Hello.
Successful stream last night.
Yeah.
So my first ever Twitch stream. Had a lot of fun. Kind of crashed out at the beginning because I couldn't get OBS to work with the audio. It was registering my controller as an audio output device, and it was pissing me off. But I got it to work. I ended up streaming till like 2 o'clock. Gonna be at it again today, 10:30. SpemRx on Twitch. Come join us. Monster Hunter Wilds high rank hunts.
Are you going to keep the Raleigh Fingers mustache?
Yes, I am. I've been told by quite a few Lady Janes that this is the move instead of just letting it hang. Yeah.
You're going to sell war bonds during your live stream.
I could. Might do some bare knuckle boxing. Yeah, you never know.
Yeah, in a 30-round fight?
Yeah, might work out with big balls on the end of my weights.
All right, that's fair. That's fair. Stick, what's going on, man?
I'm still in shock Chase took such offense to being called Don Kelly.
Yeah, me too, honestly.
You snapped on that. Yeah, like immediately, though. Like, I'm better than Don Kelly. Whoa.
Don't you insult me.
I
like
love
that.
Don Kelly, dude.
Yeah, I mean, he's beloved by all of Detroit. Except Chase.
Except Chase. Huh?
KG
right.
in the building.
What's up?
What's good?
Hey, feeling good, man. I was on the way back here, ran into Joey. Shout out Joey. He's
Shout
been
out
here
Joey.
all week, so you know big things is happening if he's in the building.
Facts.
Nature's healing itself.
Yeah, right. He's moving and shaking, man.
When Joey's in the building, yeah, you take notice as to what's going on, though. But we got a lot of stuff lined up here today as well. Going to get into the Pistons stuff. Dr. Pierce will be here, I believe, right around noon is what he told me. So Dr. Pierce will be here in the building.
The good doctor.
I want to talk about the combine with him. I always hear about the medicals. What does that mean? You know, so I'm going to ask Doc that. I've always wondered. So this will be, sports talk for me, I guess. Whatever.
We should talk about that. The Tigers. I forgot to put that on the prep, but
Yeah, man. They starting to worry me a little bit.
Veerling and Parker Meadows both out indefinitely.
Never a good sign.
Not a good sign.
Look at Dio, like
We got Javi, man.
Yeah.
You told me yesterday.
Javi's
Fine.
back. Listen, I said 2:30.
you guaranteed 245.
Speaking of that,
you guaranteed 245.
just real quick. Can I take a look at it? Can we do the Javi watch?
Javi watch?
So you weren't here
I've heard
yesterday.
he's looked better.
We got a Javi watch already?
Javi
I've heard
watch
he's looked
already.
better.
Okay.
I saw one hit on Twitter.
There we go.
Just want to let you know.
Okay, so
shit.
I do want to do this. I'm going to check in, and what?
No, just get your shit off.
What do you mean?
You know what I mean.
No, so yesterday, you saw it on social media. Spencer guaranteed that he's going to hit 240.
That's not
Guaranteed.
what happened.
Said you can set your watch to it. Guaranteed he's going to hit
your
240.
I said
he
he'll-
said 20 homers.
I
too.
said it'll
heard
be
it.
closer to 220 than Trey Sweeney,
245.
which is an extremely low bar. but
Okay.
That's what we're dealing with.
And you just said it, Stick. You said it, right? I saw the hit on social media.
I saw it.
Okay,
It
you saw
happened.
it.
How that hip looking?
Off that 87 mile an hour
up, Greg?
fastball he got thrown.
Heater.
Yeah.
Listen, to be able to get your hips around on that type of heat, quite impressive.
You got to hit
when
the
you gotta do
meatballs,
that.
man. Got to
Yeah.
hit the meatballs.
We reaping the results already.
So I wanted to take a look at that since you quote saw the hit on Twitter and I saw Chris McCoskey tweet about it.
Did
said
you see the hit?
Opposite field.
Did you see the hit?
Absolutely, I
He's
saw
back.
it. Opposite
back.
field
He's
on
back.
an 87-mile-an-hour fastball. So I figured,
It was a
hey,
little late.
I'll
That's
check.
okay.
I'll check the numbers. All right, Javi Watch, spring training, hitting 167 with a 286 on base
There we
percentage.
go.
So we did see the only
You
hit.
saw the hit.
We saw the hit.
He's back. That's all you need. He's a
Wait, you know
gamer.
how many at bats? No, I'm talking.
1 for 6.
That's such a small sample size.
Yeah, he's a gamer.
preseason.
He doesn't turn it on until
You put him in a big game, he's going to give you big game results.
Yeah.
1 walk.
There we go.
OBP through the roof.
There it is.
Wait
One
until you
walk.
see him pick it at shortstop. You'll forget all about it.
That's what I heard today. Gold Glove shortstop. I legit heard a
defense
writer
is
say
bad.
that. Evan Petzold was on the flagship this morning and
Yeah.
said that. The Tigers are expecting, quote, Gold Glove defense from Javi Baez. Even though he's a defensive liability, go look at the metrics. Go look at him. But I'm a hater.
He's back.
Torkelson looks better.
Man, come on.
Did,
We got to
you-
do Torque Watch 2 this year.
Did
What is
you-
going on with all the doom and gloom for the Tigers? Like when we
I
last
mean,
saw them,
the season's
everybody was-
over.
The season's over. The 162 game 9-month season is already
It's over.
Yeah, pretty much.
You can't win a season in spring, but you can lose it.
You absolutely can.
so Torque, okay. Hitting 231
But he's
with,
adjusted his stance
with a
right?
286 on base percentage.
got
Does
more-
have a home run, though.
Got more of a crouch stance now, which shows me ability to be pliable. Last year, he was like, I ain't changing my stance. It's always worked for me. This year, he's changing his stance. I like coachable guys.
Do we know if he's coachable?
I mean, he changed his
He
stance.
literally a month ago said he,
He
doesn't
did.
watch
Yeah,
film
he
and
did
none of
say he
that.
doesn't watch himself
Like a month ago,
swing
he
the
said that.
bat.
Listen, I'm doing all I can up here.
He like, I'm trying to work here.
So that's out there.
Thank you, Travis.
Steve goes, Neil, how about that Torque bomb?
See?
That was the hit,
I
too.
saw it on Twitter.
Yeah.
Lorenzo hit a bomb, too. You know, it might be his only hit of the spring, but
They
it
looked
was
damn good against the Pirates. They beat the hell out of the Pirates the other day when I was watching.
got to beat the teams he can beat.
So,
I
yeah.
don't make the schedule.
Tigers might not make the playoffs.
No, I mean,
They shouldn't have last year. That's
true.
the thing that, like,
That's true.
the fool's gold that they found last
They
year.
had a generational run, and we expect that to be the norm.
And it's going to bite us in the ass for 4 years because management was like, oh, we're close. And it's like, no, you're close because you went on a crazy run, but also at the same time, the Twins went on a crazy dive. Like, two historical things had to collide for you to make the playoffs. Now, did you win once
When
you got
worlds
there?
collide.
Cool. Awesome. Happy for you. But, man, I really think that there should have been a lot more pressure on upper management this offseason. But when you make the playoffs, when you win a series, you kind of get to a little bit more leniency in that
well,
way.
I was told we're going to spend when the time is right, but apparently winning a playoff series and being a game out away from the ALCS is, quote, not the right time to spend.
Well, and the problem is you may want to spend, but the guy's got to accept the money too. Like, and if you put all your eggs in the Bregman basket, which
that's the problem.
didn't
You put
quite,
all
but I
your
was told
eggs in
Veerling's-
one basket.
I was told Veerling's just as good.
Yeah.
That's what I
Man,
was-
come on.
I got like
Throw up
three
the side by side.
I love
Yeah.
Dylan, but come on,
that
let's not-
stick. I got a lot of that on social media, and I couldn't deal with it anymore.
How'd Veerling do in the playoffs?
Just throw
Listen,
up that side by
I
side.
like Matt Veerling for
Yeah,
what
we
he
all do.
is. If Matt Veerling is the second best hitter in your lineup, you're not a playoff team. And they barely were last year. I know they were technically a playoff team, but I thought this was a playoff roster. But if you are legitimately going to be without Matt Veerling and Parker Meadows for
pretty bad.
a long part of the season, you're going to be buried, dude.
But let's be honest.
Those are two
I
of your
would
best
rather
three
have
at-bats.
positional injuries than pitching injuries, right?
I don't know.
No,
I think
'cause our
If Flaherty's
infield
going
is-
down, if Skubal's going down, I'm a lot more concerned.
I
And
think
Stick,
Federer,
that's where it's
I
at.
think
Right.
Federer and Hinch
Pitching
can
staff's
manufacture pitchers like
Yeah.
they did last. You can't manufacture losing two of your three best bats
See,
in a
I
lineup
think you
that
can
already can't
manufacture
hit.
runs faster than you
Nah,
can manufacture
they couldn't
a good
do that
pitcher.
shit
Well, let's
last
be
year.
real. When you break it down and you look at what's going on, and Tarek Skubal this year is in spring training.
He looks unreal
The
already.
same. Like
Yeah.
the
Oh, he's
exact
going to
same.
win the Cy Young again.
As long as you have him, you're a contender. You know what I'm saying? Like you can hang around. You can hang around the playoff
Hanging
line
around
as long
and
as,
hanging
because
around.
Benny,
5 days you
you
hang
never
around.
lose more than 4 games in a row
Yeah,
ever.
that's true.
Ever. He's your streak stopper. So
Yep.
as long as
And
he's
you back
okay.
him up with Flaherty. Now you're talking, right?
As
Now you're
long
never gonna
as
go on a
those two
two-game.
guys are okay,
Yeah.
you're
But-
gonna be all right.
Once again, the pitching is not the problem. Their pitching staff is arguably the best in the league.
And that's what's going to save them.
It's-
That's why you can survive these early onset injuries.
I'm not trying to survive. I'm trying to win. I'm trying
Yeah.
to compete.
Well,
Hopefully the Parker Meadows one is so weird. It's like there's no timetable for his return.
I don't like hearing about nerves.
It's a nerve thing, so it could be next week and he could be fine, or it could be 5 months. So that's what sucks. And Parker Meadows, he is arguably the best fielder in the outfield in the MLB.
Yes.
So not having him.
If you want to break it down metrically, like all around, he's in the running for one of the most valuable players on the Tigers.
Yes.
Believe it or not.
I agree.
Yeah.
The way he impacts the game defensively.
They won like 80% of the games he played last year.
Yeah.
Like,
it is insane. And I'll raise my hand because I used to beat that guy up like
Yeah,
literally.
but we only got
Yeah,
it
he's
for what,
hitting-
75%
he was hitting
of the season.
He was hitting 070
Yeah.
one time.
We didn't get it for a whole season. That's what makes
he
this
didn't even need a
injury-
new hip to do it either.
He didn't, but that's what makes the injury more detrimental is because he needed this on-field time. He needs to continue on the ascent that he's on. So
Jump into the Woodward Sports chat thread. Subscribe to the Woodward Sports YouTube channel. Just days away from 80,000 subs. So yeah, we're making the moves out there. And get your thoughts in there. You want to skip the line? Use a super chat. If you got something that's pressing on your mind, fire off a super chat. I'll stop what I'm doing, and I'll get to it immediately. FJ1967, good morning, BDE and chat. Good morning, FJ1967. Yes, lots of talk about fat athletes. Tomorrow, top 5 fat athletes. Oh, I'm out tomorrow.
Oh.
we do it on Thursday.
Thursday.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thursday. Top 5 Thursday.
Wait, you're out tomorrow?
Thursday.
Did I send you the right stuff, Spenny?
I think so. I think you said.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thursday. Top 5.
Oh man!
I'll be doing the show live from Milwaukee, hopefully.
Looking at that balance hit on FanDuel, baby. extra $577 in the account.
Let the people know for those that don't know.
For those-
Spencer Raxter, by the way,
Get your shit
saw
off.
this in a dream.
I saw this in a dream. I'm going to look at what day
for
it
real?
was placed on October 15th.
Wow.
Detroit Pistons to win 35 plus games at plus 670. Put $75 on it. Cashed $577 yesterday.
Cash money.
At the beginning of March, it hit.
Yep.
Yeah.
So Spencer Raxter's one of the few that can talk about it and be about it.
No, that's a fact.
Because he was about it.
Yeah, I didn't put my money behind my phone.
Yeah, I said it, but I ain't put money on it, though.
Right.
Absolutely.
Congrats, Spenny. Good job. Way to have faith.
And I've got 2 more bets that when I made like $600 off Jeremiah Smith dominating the first round of the college football playoff, I put $50 on the Michigan State Spartans to make the Final Four, which would also pay out about $600, and $50 on Michigan State hockey to win the championship, which would also pay out about $600.
Nice.
Spencer Raxter's
So-
deep in the streets with the
You should
futures.
triple down Pistons to make the finals, man. Let's
Hell
go.
yeah.
Come on, Pistons, NBA championship.
Yes.
Load it up. Woodward Sports chat thread at East411. Oliver Miller, Bob Hamlin. Yes, Thursday, top 5 fat athletes. Bob Hamlin will be on my list.
If John Crook isn't on our list, that's criminal.
Well, when you start going through all, Jared Lorenzen will be on my
Cologne's
list.
number 1 for me.
Bartolo
Yeah, I
Colon
love
will be on the
Bartolo.
list. See, I got 3 already.
Yeah.
I'm gonna really value those last 2 spots though. You're gonna have to be pretty fat and good.
Pretty fat and athletic.
Now, what about the case of like an Eddie Lacy, who was good, but then got
Cheeseburger
fat?
Eddie.
He was fat.
But he wasn't fat at first. He got fat.
He got fat.
He was fat in the league.
I'm
That's
good-
all you need to
all right.
know.
I'm going to put Boston Shaq on my list.
Yes.
The Shactus.
Yeah,
Remember that?
yeah.
That's when his career ended.
Phoenix
Sean
Shaq,
Ball.
Sean
Boston
Kemp at the end.
Sean Kemp at the end, yeah.
Sean Kemp had a neck. Or no, he didn't.
No, he did when he started. He
Yeah,
didn't when
right.
he finished.
Glenn Davis.
Oh, big baby.
Woodward Sports Super Chat. Jump into there. Burn with the Super Chat. Wild to see that in less than a year, the Pistons feel closer to cashing one in before the Wings and Tigers. Well,
Yeah.
I think there's been great improvement, right? And full disclosure, I believe in it. I believe in JB Bickerstaff. That's the toughest jump in the NBA.
Yeah.
Is that jump. You know what I'm saying?
From bad to good.
No,
No,
from good to
that's
great.
the easy
Good to
jump.
great? Yeah.
Good
Okay.
to great
Yeah.
is the tough jump. And people also talking in the chat too. Yes, Kyrie Irving did tear his ACL, right? That was confirmed.
Yep.
That was
Good
tough.
Lord.
Tough break for the Dallas Mavericks.
That
looking
GM just gotta
horrible
go
right now.
hide. Especially
They
after that
looking
picture
horrible
that
right
was taken with Luka staring at him.
Yeah.
And he's just like sitting there like a gump
Nico
in the stands,
Harrison,
like,
dude.
Luka been balling too. That make it that much worse. Luka
Yeah.
been going crazy
That
lately.
I would be crying if that was Detroit, right?
Yeah.
Like we joke. Look, we didn't joke, but we talk about Cade being traded at the beginning of the season, right? It's literally like watching that happen before your eyes, and then the guy you get back is injured, and then your other all-star is injured. I mean, they're done. The Mavs are just done.
Yeah, they could.
The one thing on paper that Nico Harrison could hold on to is that Kyrie and AD, if you got that in a playoff series,
Watch out.
you watch out. Like, that is two of the top still 15 players in the NBA, but both of them going down for the season is just, that's the basketball god saying you didn't pay a top 3 player in the league, or you don't want to pay a top 3 player in the league. Doom, despair. I feel bad for Kyrie, man. I love Kyrie
I do
Irving.
too.
He is one of the
Between
most
the
fun.
lines
How
when
do
he's
you
engaged.
feel bad for Kyrie
He
Irving?
tore his ACL, dude.
Don't hate on
I mean,
Kyrie.
the injury, yeah, but like, come on.
on,
That's
Stick.
I feel
Don't do
bad
that.
for that,
That
man.
guy's gone to how many teams?
I mean, he's
Like, let's be honest.
he's
with
one of the most
Kyrie-
Like
fun
Durant?
basketball players I've ever watched play. He is
Yeah.
like truly beautiful basketball. If I had to put
Okay,
beautiful
if we're just talking
basketball,
basketball talent.
Yeah,
Yeah,
between
yeah,
the lines.
oh,
when
yeah.
he's engaged.
All right,
He
outside
is-
the lines, then we have a different
Yeah,
story.
yeah,
that-
that's
I don't
keep
get
that
into that. I
separate.
don't
I
get
don't
into
think
that.
he's the worst person in the world either.
No.
I'm not
I
saying
didn't
he's
say he was the
perfect, but I don't
worst.
think
I'm
he's
just
the
saying-
worst.
Bro
He's-
said the earth was flat. That's
he's
pretty
never
tough to
gone-
come
I
back
mean,
from.
but yeah,
That's tough to come back
that's all
from. Is
him.
that
And
fair?
he's never gone to a team and they've gotten exponentially better. It's always like, yeah, Kyrie's here.
Yeah,
I mean, the Mavs
he
went,
had-
the
he had
Mavs
to learn
went to
be
the
a leader.
finals with him. I just think, like I said, he is the best finisher around the rim I've ever seen in my life.
Yes.
He has the best handles I've ever seen in my life.
Period.
He's a big time shot maker. It's just, he is fun to watch play basketball, and it sucks. I feel bad for him. Because it did feel, in Boston, he was a cancer. It was bad, but it feels like you saw him
He's
kind of
mature.
grow up and
Yeah.
mature,
Oh, okay.
and it sucks.
No, for real.
All right.
He was the leader of that Mavs team. You thought it was Luka rolling
Yeah.
around on the fucking floor like
Yeah.
a baby?
Well, I would argue Luka is probably
Luka's
the leader.
better, for sure.
Luka's better.
Let's
That don't
not
make
do
you
this,
the
KG.
leader
Let's
just
not do
because
this,
you're
KG.
better. Like,
All right, Woodward Sports Chat there before we ride off to the break. We are going to get into the Pistons game last night against the Jazz. We got some NFL Combine stuff, NFL discussion. The League New Year's getting ready to fire up. Art Vandelay, Spenny is 2 curls away on that mustache from having a residency magic show in
Hell
Las
yeah.
Vegas. And it'll be at like one of those off-brand casinos
yeah.
that's in a strip mall.
the circus
Hey,
or some
I mean,
shit.
I'm in the perfect place to find a sexy assistant to work with me. You know.
So you can saw her in half.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Tell them about Les Stanford.
Oh, Les Stanford. If you want to show up and buy a car, Les Stanford's got one. They got the 2025 Sierra for only $249 right now. The 2025 Hummer, only $789. And if you want that throwback 2024 Envision, only $239. Go ahead. Scan that QR code above my head. Check out all the inventory that they have. And when you pull up, let them know that Woodward Sports sent you.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Big injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon, and Ermanni and Edwards with Maz Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you. A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man-meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports.
If you are looking to buy or sell your home, Mark White should be your first choice. He can get you into one and save up to $5,000 your closing costs. Visit him at markwhitesells.com or call him at 248-290-8242. Like I said, you're looking to move, you're looking for a new house, you're looking to sell your house. Mark White should be your first choice. He's the best in the game, flat out. markwhitesells.com.
All right, we're off and running. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Neil Rule stick in for DMAC KG, Spencer Raxter. Chase is hanging out in the Chase Lounge as well. And somebody asked in the chat, where is DMAC? DMAC's in Florida with his wife.
Yep.
Is that okay, everybody?
Being a good husband. His wife got a new job, and he's celebrating.
All right, congratulations.
Is that okay?
Congratulations.
Yeah, he sent the text. He's like, hey, got some business in Florida.
Yep.
Celebrate. You got you covered. I said, yeah, this week or next week. So this week. We got you either way.
There you go.
Like,
And Stick
you
stepped
take
up.
care of
and he's
DMAC
there.
because DMAC takes care of us.
Exactly.
Damn right.
Damn
That guy
right.
shows up to so much stuff he doesn't have to show up to. He loves this network. Like the way I always tell people, I'm like, it's kind of a given, but Darren McCarty is like one of the best teammates I've ever had.
Yeah.
And we should all know that from his playing career, but even sometimes you see them, they're great during their playing career, but then you work with them and it's like, I can understand.
I will never forget the one of the Stuff the Studios we did. It was me.
Which is coming back this year, by the way.
Yes, good. Awesome. It was me, Easy, and D-Mac, and we were the last day going around and filling all the shopping carts, and I had never seen D-Mac more bloat than he was that day. And he grabs like this stuffed dragon and he puts it in the thing, and he looks at me and Easy, he's like, I would have made a kick-ass dragon, boys. And then
He ain't wrong, though.
Yeah, he's not wrong. And for some reason, I thought it was a good idea to give him a chair, and like I hit him with a chair in the back, and me and him got into a little hockey fight. And he grabbed me, gave me a couple of these. That shit loosened the jaw a little bit, dude. It was tough.
You cannot roughhouse with me.
No, I can't turn it off.
Rough house.
I love that guy, man.
Yeah, it turns into a straight up brawl every time you're just like messing around. You saw it with Andy Isaac.
Yep.
When they were just doing a skit, he punched him right in the face.
Chipped his tooth.
His tooth through plexiglass.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Like, by accident.
Plexiglass.
By accident.
Yes.
Wasn't trying to.
Right.
Wasn't trying
T-Mac's
to.
the man.
No doubt. Pistons. Jalen Duren was a man last night, and that look last night. The Utah Jazz were awful. They were awful yesterday. But that being said, it's still a tough place to go win. Check the numbers historically. But with that being said, Stick, my walk away. Jalen Duren was on some Jokic shit last night. 16 points, 12 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, 4 blocks, 5 field goal attempts. All of that. Shot the ball 5 times.
Is that efficient?
Dude,
You tell me.
we talked about this, right? And Spenny was asking some questions about Jalen Duren at the beginning of the year.
We all were.
And when you put up a stat line like that, that tells me you get it. That tells me you understand. That tells me that I feel like there aren't any more questions about Jalen Duren. There aren't. And with the way Cade gets downhill, like last night, Cade had an option. He could score it himself, or he could throw the lob. He could do whatever he wanted to do. But last night, I think, was one of those performances where I think anybody who is still pushing that narrative or still asking those questions about Jalen Duren, that's over, man.
Yeah, I honestly don't. At the beginning of the season, there were a lot of questions about Jalen Duren, and I heard people saying that he was a bust and it's time to move on from him.
Bro's 21, by the way. He's 21.
21 years old. But it also shows me that he believes in the system he's playing in, too. He believes in J.B. Bickerstaff, and it also shows me that J.B. Bickerstaff is using the right players in the right way, putting them in position to utilize their skills at the very height of what they can do. And when you get that marriage of player who believes in coach and coach that understands what activates player, it becomes a dangerous thing. And that's why Phil Jackson was so great for so long. It was about letting guys be who they are, but understanding how to fit them into your system. And that's exactly what J.B. Bickerstaff has done with Duren. And Cade last night also was just in complete control.
He was
all night long.
He didn't belong on the court with the rest of those guys.
And that's the point it's getting to with him. And there was one drive that he took, and he had like a stutter dribble, and then it drew the entire defense, and then he dished it off for a dunk. I believe it was to Asur. And it was just, he occupied 4 defenders at once with the way he was handling the basketball and the way he positioned himself on the court. Watching him evolve over this past year has been fun.
Steve in the chat. Neil, prove to me the earth is round.
Oh, God.
Oh, okay, well.
There's a video of people doing that.
Dante 151. Before the season, I told people given some time, he will grow under JB Bickerstaff. And look,
we got a video of him talking about his defense.
And good, because I do want you to play that, and I want to respond to it with my point. So let's run that as a matter of fact.
I mean, just trying to do my job and do what I can do to help the team win. You know, everybody got their role, and that's one of my roles is to kind of protect the paint. So, you know, just try to take that part of my job as serious as an offensive end.
That dude's 21, by the way.
That's a bad man.
Yeah,
That's
dude.
a bad man.
Remember when you were 21 and
I
looked
was
like
going to
that?
say, I wish I looked like that at 21, dude.
I wouldn't be here.
He looked like that at 18, bro. He's a freak.
But speaking of that, and Spenny, you remember, because I kind of pushed back on it.
Yep.
And spoiler alert, like I was pushing back on it based by what JB Bickerstaff told me, like face to face. And it was like, people got to understand, this is a 21-year-old dude playing in his 3rd different defensive system.
Right.
And he laid and then he's like stopped.
Well, and
I
let's
was
be
like,
honest.
and he's like, it's his 3rd year.
Let's be
He's
honest.
3rd year in the league.
Monty Williams was still here coaching the team, he'd be setting out on the 3-point line trying to stretch the defense.
Oh, God.
Let's be honest about why he wasn't great last year. I mean, like the same thing they did with Isaiah Stewart. You have a dominant paint defender, an intimidating force. So what do? Go stand in the corner and shoot threes at a 40% clip.
Yeah.
It just doesn't work. And what you're seeing is, what I'm hoping is the evolution of the NBA to shifting back to intensity on defense, shifting back to big men dominating the paint. That's the type of basketball I want to see. The ratings indicate that that's the type of basketball the public wants to see. They don't want to just see an all-star game every night with 47 three-pointers being racked up. If the three-pointers are taken in rhythm and in timing within the offense, sure. But I don't want to see Isaiah Stewart shooting threes ever again in my life. And that's what we were trying to push last year. This
hit
year
one
it's
the other
like,
night.
we got bigs. Come try to attack the rim with these bigs down here. The big man's coming back.
Yeah, and again, there's some other angles I do want to touch on with this game. Yeah, let's do that, Spenny. We'll take the break real quick, come back, kind of wrap up the Pistons discussion. Talk about Lady Jane's.
Ooh, Lady Jane's. You want to get your hair cut in a wicked, awesome way? Perhaps Beth will come in here and give you that scalp rub and shoulder massage and hot towel treatment. Well, you can walk in anytime. They're all over Metro Detroit, and they're all over the country. So if you're traveling and you need that haircut, go get it at Lady Jane's. It's wicked awesome.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
No one gives away more cash and prizes than Woodward Sports. You don't believe us? Here's our latest $10,000 winner.
You know, you guys posted, hey, if you guess all this stuff right, we'll give it's $10,000. I'm like, okay, well, why the hell not?
And the winning doesn't stop there. How about our Outkick Your Coverage winner?
Let's give it up for David Tully, everybody. David Tully. This guy's got a hot girl.
Bigger prizes, bigger giveaways, cash, merch, tickets, and more. All from the biggest sports network in Detroit. No one does it bigger and better than Woodward Sports. Make sure you're following, liking, subscribing on Instagram, Facebook, X, and YouTube for your chances to share in the winning. From Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
What's up, everybody? Neil Rule here for shop.woodwardsports.com. Get geared up. The playoff run is now. Red Wings, Pistons, all of it. Baseball season starting soon as well. Get Woodward Sports geared up for opening day. You're going to see Spencer Raxter in every single bar in Detroit on opening day. Let him know you're there with your Woodward Sports merch. Go to shop. You want Myles Garrett? The F Them Pick shirt is out there. Shop.woodwardsports.com. All right, keeping it pushing. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neil Rule. Stick in for DMAC. We have KG, Spencer, Raxter, Chase, all of you in the Woodward Sports chat. They're talking Pistons, and they took the Jazz apart yesterday. It was never a game from second one. Shout out to the Pistons, by the way. Letting you power down and get to bed on that West Coast.
The 9 o'clock start's not bad. I like it much better than the 10 o'clock start.
Yeah.
Well, get ready. Those are the rest of them.
I know. But the 9 o'clock was nice. It was wrapped up by midnight. We're good to go. It's a good game to watch. I like the 9 o'clock start.
Shout out the Pistons, man.
Asar Thompson last night, 17 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists, 3 steals, 1 block, 7 of 7 from the floor.
Whew. Pretty efficient night all the way around. But when you have Cade facilitating all that the way he was last night, it's easy to get those looks.
Yes.
Yeah.
So Asar, Jalen Duren, Marcus Sasser, and Ron Holland all together were 16 for 16 from the floor.
God. The crazy part is they shot 26% from 3 and won by 28.
Yeah, because Cade was 1 for 8. Clearly a bust.
Yeah, right.
Get rid of him.
Yep.
Move on.
Clearly. But again,
Overhyped.
And people are going to say it. In Utah, it's over. Like, obviously, it never really began, but it's over. But last night, the efficiency in which they played, a game that they were up 30 points in. I'm going to tell you guys this. I learned more about this team, and you're going to say I'm crazy, and I don't care because I know ball. I saw more in this team last night than I did in that win over Boston. Real talk.
Okay.
Real talk.
Well, you're to a point with this team to where they have expectations to beat the teams they're supposed to. And when you go in it and you surgically beat them like that just to show how much better. Like, you showed how much of a gap there was between you and Utah last night. And you could remember as little as last season, it was tough to even scrap a win, get even close to a win. But now you're seeing the difference in elevation between the bottom of the league and where the Pistons currently reside.
Woodward Sports chat thread. Where was it? Oh, Kenneth Matthews. Tim Hardaway needs to be benched. He plays like he's gambling on the Pistons. And that's odd because he's in the 90th percentile catch-and-shoot three-point shooters in the league. Try again. Look, I'm not trying to be a dick to you, man, but don't come in here on dumb shit. Do that in the afternoon show. Maybe there's a home for it there. Not here, man. We're dealing in facts out here. And it's amazing, man. Like, when I watch the real K77 in the Super Chat, it's official. Detroit basketball is back. It's right, and it's official. They're going to be in the playoffs, and they're watchable every night.
And if they win a playoff series, I think we're going to see LCA on a different level than we've even come close to. Like, I think we've maybe seen it peak out at maybe a 6, but we haven't even seen it get close to a 10.
Yep.
Like, it's going to turn into where they actually get to use that outdoor TV that they have.
I know, right?
Like when you're
The
looking
Chevy
at Toronto
Plaza.
and they're all watching on this huge giant TV. Like, they're going to actually use that in the
Speaking of
district
that,
this year.
Sean and I said, and Spencer's down.
Yep.
If the Red Wings make the playoffs, we're going to go, not to the game.
Right.
We're going to watch it in the plaza. Are you down?
Not only that, we're going to broadcast from there because, broadcast rights, we're not allowed in the stadium. They ain't saying nothing about outside the stadium.
Hell yeah.
So, last year we primed that with the conversation, if they make the playoffs, is this something possible? And they were on board. So, yeah, you guys, the boys coming out, and that's going to be the Woodward party. The people who can't get in the building, we party outside the building.
Hell yeah.
But,
Damn right.
But, like, a lot of people knock the district for not being what it's supposed to be. When the teams suck the way they suck, instead of drawing 25,000, 30,000 people down there for every game, you're only drawing maybe 8 to 10. That you're not going to be able to grow that area the way you want to be able to grow it. But if you start getting consistent playoff runs, if you start getting consistent winning teams in that building, there will be 20+ thousand people in that area. What, Pistons play 41 games at home, Red Wings play about the same. That's 82 games, not including playoffs, where it's going to be packed in that area. Then you'll start to see the district pick up to where it was all that we conceptualized it to be.
They ever sell that house that was down there?
Someone burnt it down.
Yeah, I knew that was the last I heard. Last time I checked in, someone had, quote, burnt it down. Really weird.
I always wanted to find the person who had that house and be like, listen, let me buy it for a reasonable price. I'll never knock it down. I just want to refurbish it and live here.
Yeah.
Like, but they want, like, if someone was going to buy it, they wanted $3 million because they know. But I feel like that person would have been open to a reasonable negotiation with someone committed to living to that property. Mm-hmm. Because I
could see you living there, Stick.
I would. Oh my God, that would have been the dream.
That would be an amazing place to live.
Right. I mean, not as it stood.
Yeah, right.
But
No,
it'd take a little TLC.
Yeah.
But even charging for parking every day or whatever.
Oh, what?
You'd bank in that place. But yeah, so I often wondered who owned that house, but I have a ton of respect for them for standing on their laurels.
I just can't wait to broadcast from the plaza.
It's going to be nice.
From the Chevy
I can't
Plaza.
wait to be shirtless with my chest painted at the plaza. Like, I've been to playoff hockey games at the Joe. I've been to a playoff basketball game at the Palace. I went to the playoff Tigers game for the first time this year. There is nothing like a playoff game environment in Detroit, man. It is different, and LCA it's a basketball stadium. Like, Red Wings fans complain about it, and they've got, or it's not the Joe, whatever. It's good to watch a basketball game. It gets loud in there.
But the
man.
reason they say that is because they don't have the history, right?
Yes.
Like as soon as the Red Wings put up cups in LCA, it's gonna be like, oh man, I have such good memories of LCA.
LCA
like, that's what
is so much better.
Joe was a piece of
Joe
shit.
was a dump for
sure.
sure.
It was awful, but
Yeah.
it was our piece of shit.
Yeah.
And it had a lot of history in that piece of shit, so we loved it.
The Joe was a dump for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
It was falling apart. It was literally falling apart.
Yeah.
Just Spenny with the mustache,
was
man.
our
Like when I
trap
look
house.
over to him when he's talking, man.
Oh yeah. This is who I am now.
Right, mustache.
I'm a
man.
mustache guy.
Show the people the mustache.
It's funny. It took
Oh,
a wild heavyweights episode
Yeah.
for this to this could be a permanent stay.
It's gonna be. Yeah, for sure.
Oh, you
how did it
mustache?
start?
Because I mean, I can't grow a full beard,
Really?
so like I get
I
nothing.
can't
I get nothing on my cheeks.
Damn.
So I would love to just
You
be.
did all that work.
Yeah, I know, right? I'd love to just be fully bearded, but
Woodward Sports
that's not
chat
what God
thread.
intended.
The super chat, Randall Smalls jumps in. Detroit fans have been starving for a winner in any sport, and that adds to the juice in the building. There's no doubt about it.
Absolutely.
But there is something about that Pistons crowd, man. There is. Like, I'll break it down like this: when the Wings were at the bottom, when Steve Yzerman walked into Franz Nielsen being his highest paid player, the crowd still showed up.
Yeah.
They did. Like, people would still show up for Wings game, not on a Monday or a Tuesday, but you get the Canadians in there on a Thursday or the Rangers on a Saturday.
Yep.
All the Maple Leafs games, like the crowd still showed up. The Pistons crowds didn't show up, but I'll tell you this: when both the crowds show up, the Pistons crowd is more. They're louder.
Yeah.
They're more engaged. It is, Stick.
Well, yeah, and let's throw in this caveat. We've never seen a Pistons crowd at LCA. Like, it's going to be different than a Palace Pistons
Well,
crowd.
that playoff
The
game against the
LCA
Bucks when they got cooked,
Yeah.
that place was a zoo, man.
for 30 seconds.
For 30 seconds until it was 12-5.
Yeah. The next thing you know, you're down 0-4 and you're out of the playoffs. But yeah, no, if they start I need a winner in there, right? Going in and losing a playoff game. But the difference in crowd that the downtown Detroit area brings too. Like, I knew tons of people who lived downriver that weren't driving an hour to go watch the Pistons, right? Now they live downriver, they're 15 minutes. So it's a whole different type of atmosphere. It's a whole different draw. And I love to see what it's going to be. Just like the Lions. We didn't know what the Lions playoff game was going to look like in Ford Field.
Yeah.
None of us had ever experienced it. And then you
So
experienced
crazy.
a win. And it was like, oh, my God, this environment
And 7
was
days
crazy.
later, another win.
And then another win. And then nothing for a year. But
Yeah.
we'll get back to that.
We'll get back to that.
We'll get back.
But still, like, we didn't know. And we don't know what a winner in LCA is going to look like yet.
Okay. In the chat. Stick, can you crack your knuckles? Can you crack your neck a little bit?
Yeah.
Settle in.
Okay.
B go crazy. We just need to trade Ivy for Booker.
What?
I'd do that. I'd be on board for that.
Boom. Smart man.
Oh, come on, man. I expected better out of you.
That's a Jay Ivey guy right there.
Well, I'm not a stupid guy, though.
Yeah.
Like,
Devin Booker is a perennial all-star. Yeah.
He's a proven commodity. Javen Ivey's still got to prove himself. And I love the guy. I love what I see flashes in his game. I think he can be every bit as good as Devin Booker down the road. But you got a Cade playing at an all-star level. Go pair him with a guy that's already an all-star.
I would give you the best backcourt in the NBA.
Oh, plus Duren?
Yeah. And Asar.
All right, let me try again.
Oh, yeah. No, why would you do that, Neil?
Zoller 55. Trading Jaden Ivey for anyone is stupid. You don't know crap about basketball.
Okay.
Thanks. Yeah, I get told that a lot.
That's come on, man.
Yep. Listen, if you're not open to listening to trades for anybody, you're stupid. Because you don't know what the returns are ever going to be if you're not opening to listen. So, and we don't know what Jaden Ivey's going to be. This goes back to what everybody roasts me about around here for the preseason conversation we had. Who would you rather trade, Cade or Ivey, right? And it goes back to it because you don't know what the return's going to be. You could pretend, be like, oh, well, this is all we're going to get. But you got to be open to trade them. And if you could improve and you could get a proven commodity for Jaden Ivey right now, go do it. Go do it. The Pistons window, as it appears, is opening right now.
If you trade for Devin Booker and you retain Asar Thompson and Jalen Duren in the process, you are the best team in the East.
Right, and it's not like I'm saying, trade Jaden Ivey for Bogdan. I'm not doing that.
Right.
Like, oh, yeah, let's go get Killian Hayes back. No, if it's a smart trade and it makes sense and it's improving your team, I'll go back to the old Joe Dumars line. There are no sacred cows on this team.
Woodward Sports chat thread, Skydog722. Neil, LCA has never hosted a playoff game. Let that sink in, considering House's two teams. The Pistons were there in 2019.
Pistons were there.
They went out
shortly.
Shout out Blake.
Very short.
Yeah, they got swept by the Bucks.
I respect Blake Griffin for what he did.
Best year of his career.
He gave it all.
Analytically, the best year of his career.
And he was
a pro.
And then he didn't dunk for 2 years till he got traded.
Yeah, that was
Literally first game
he was
after
on
being
dunk
traded.
strike
he
for
dunked.
2 years.
Yeah, that was annoying for sure.
Yeah, so they were in there. Shan don't want Booker.
Come on, guys. What are we doing here? Devin Booker averages 25 points a game for his career.
Terrell Lamar, Devin Booker is 30.
Yeah, so we'll get 6 years of him. Come on, guys.
Shan, I'm not trading anybody but Hardaway Jr., but you can't get anything for him. 90th percentile catch and shoot three.
You could package him with a couple picks. You can maybe get something for him.
There's a need for that.
Yeah.
100%. Okay, let's take the break. Feldman, by the way, FeldmanAuto.com. Yes, you guys already know. I bought a car from Feldman Chevrolet in Novi. Sean Belesian bought his daughter a car at Feldman Chevrolet in Novi.
Shout out.
Sam Flannel bought a car, Feldman Chevrolet in Novi. You notice a theme here, everybody. They're Michigan's #1 Chevrolet dealer, but there's more than just Feldman Chevy in Novi when it comes to FeldmanAuto.com. What if you want a Ford? What if you want a Kia? What if you want a used car? The move remains the same. FeldmanAuto.com. You can check out the whole inventory. You can check out the prices. Hell, you can start the buying process right then and there on your computer screen. It took me about 90 minutes to get the keys to my car, everyone. That's how it works. You can't even get a refrigerator that fast, okay? FeldmanAuto.com. They've been around since 1996. They are a part of the Detroit community as much as anybody else, man. FeldmanAuto.com. Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
WoodwardSports.com and click on Shop. Get the latest in Detroit sports apparel and exclusive Woodward Sports gear. WoodwardSports.com can get the whole team outfitted. Love the Pistons, Red Wings, and Tigers? We got something for you, too. Shop online at WoodwardSports.com. Is that an octopus in your pants, or are you just happy to see me? See what I did there? Go Red Wings! From Octopi Experts Woodward Sports.
Back at it, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Neil Rule, stick in for DMAC, KG, Spencer Raxter, Chase in the Chase Lounge as well. Happy to have you all in the Woodward Sports chat thread. You want to jump the line like Berm with the Super Chat. Pistons have not won a playoff game in the city since they played at Cobo 50 years ago. Detroit will be rocking. Didn't they win playoff games at Joe Louis against the Knicks?
I don't know. Because I thought those games, when they started winning playoff games, it was at the Silverdome.
Yeah, the Silverdome, yeah.
I remember they played playoff series at Joe Louis against the Knicks. I think they did against the Celtics too.
Okay.
Really?
I think I want to remember saying, because I remember the 30 for 30 about the Pistons. That was Isaiah scored like 16 points
But I thought that was at the Silverdome.
In like 90 seconds. It was at Joe Louis. I'd have to get the research department on that one.
Chase.
Yeah.
The research department. Chase knows everything.
Did the Pistons win a playoff game at Joe Louis Arena?
Give me a minute.
Yeah, I got you. 100%. Woodward Sports chat thread.
Due to the repairs at their home at the time, the Pontiac Silverdome, the Pistons spent the latter of the season and all 5 of their postseason games at the Detroit Red Wings Arena, Joe Louis Arena.
Okay.
Nice.
Detroit continued their winning ways. 1984.
Okay.
1984.
So they
there you
have
go.
one in city leagues,
Yep.
but not since 84. That's still a long time.
But no.
Still 41 years.
In the chat, Stick wanted to trade Cade Cunningham.
Oh, 85, excuse me.
Yeah.
They beat the New Jersey Nets 3-0 in the first round.
Like,
Boom, there you go.
This is just getting to beating a dead horse, but the question was asked before the season started, who would you rather trade, Ivy or Cade? I said trade Cade because you get more value because he's the better player. Some weird way those words were twisted, and I don't think Cade is good.
He hates him.
Yeah, what it's really saying, Cade is better, so you'll get more in return.
Yeah,
But
it was more so.
But Cade fanboys and Cade slappies
Goddamn.
are the most sensitive people that I know outside of Michigan State fans. Like, it is the craziest thing. No shot at you,
It was more so your tone. Like I tell Neil all the time, it wasn't what you said. It was kind of the tone you were taking
I can't help you
at
with
the
that.
time.
I was
At the
given
time.
reasons. I was given reasons. Listen,
at the time,
I was
you were
just going,
very Jaden Ivy heavy. That's all we're
yeah,
saying.
because I do believe Ivy can be a great player in this league.
But
if
you thought
surround
he
him
was
with the-
better than Cade at one point.
No, I didn't.
That's how
This
you was
is
making
this
it
is
seem.
where it gets misconstrued with people like you. When I say he's worth more, you think I'm saying he's worse. Why would he be worse if he's worth more?
I'm just saying.
Answer that question,
You
KG.
were saying
Answer the question,
You were
KG.
saying Ivy's second year was better than anything, or
I was
Ivy's
saying-
first year was better than
I
anything
was
Cade
saying
had done. To that point.
I was saying Ivy won more games as the lead point guard his rookie season than Cade did, which is facts. So
is
whether
fact.
you like him or not, that's the fact of the matter. And whether it hurts your feelings that happened, I'm sorry.
No, it don't
But
hurt my
Ivy
feelings.
won
Yeah, I don't care.
was it
But-
2 more games? And whether it's 1, 2, 20, 50, it doesn't matter.
Your fantasy team name.
Fact of the
I'm just saying.
my fantasy name is fuck Cade, but there's a reason for that.
See what I mean? All the explaining. It's just
Because
I know
because
better,
you're new
but-
to the league. My name for 3 years has been fuck a player on my
No,
team.
I know the story.
Right?
It's just
like
it's-
it was fuck Joel Embiid.
But when
because
you're
I got-
explaining this to a
then
person
it was
on the
Luka
street,
my balls last year. Sorry.
Nice.
so like
When you're explaining this
the
to the
name is
rant-
irony. Like they're on my team and I say fuck them.
I get that, but
So,
I'm just
like-
saying, explain this to the casual on the street.
I don't
It
have
will
to
look
explain
away.
shit to anybody.
It will. It will look away. That's all I'm saying.
Chuck Brewer, but you would never get equal return for trading Cade. It was a stupid take, point blank.
Before the season, right now as it stands, yeah, I wouldn't make that trade, of course. But before the season, you're telling me it was a stupid take? Before the season, when he was injured last year, when like
He was injured a year too. He put up 22 last year.
okay,
22
so
points.
but
5
before
assists.
the season, I don't think it was a horrible take. Before the season, now today, if I said it, yeah, call me an idiot. Say I'm stupid because you have one of the premier, maybe arguably top 5 players in the league as it stands today. But before the season, ain't none of y'all coming at me saying that. None of y'all were saying he was the best. None of y'all were saying he should be on the MVP. None of y'all were saying he should be an All-Star. None of that was happening.
I said
before
he
the
should have
season.
been an All-Star last year. He
None
would
of
have
it.
been an All-Star
It
last
was
year
argued.
if the team wasn't awful.
So like
It was argued.
That's why there's context to this. And also, let's go off Pistons history because you got to educate the young folk. People cried when Grant Hill went away.
Cade's better than Grant Hill.
Yeah.
That's not
Thank
the
you.
argument, though. They cried when the Pistons traded away their best player. What happened? They got better. And then Jerry Stackhouse was the Pistons' best. How could you trade Jerry
Cade's way better than Jerry
Stackhouse?
Stackhouse.
Not the argument. The Pistons once again traded away their best player, and they
Stay on
got
him,
better.
Stan. Stay on him.
So, like, this is why you young kids just don't want to listen to history.
No, I'm just saying neither of those guys are Cade Cunningham and what
But
he
they
does
were
to
the
a team.
best player on the Pistons at the time.
Yeah.
They wasn't Cade, though.
Mark Speed in the chat. Butterbean for fat athlete.
Yeah.
Butterbean's up there for sure.
Yeah.
I don't think he's going to make my list, though.
I don't think so
he
either.
probably won't, but
I think Oliver Miller is going to make my list.
okay.
Roy
That dude was like 340.
Roy
playing in the
Nelson's
NBA.
up there for me. Big country.
Hey, big country.
There you go. Woodward Sports chat thread. Jump in to there. Terrell says, I'm not calling Stick stupid, but I said that he was a slappy. So there's that.
Yeah. Listen, we could check tape. All I said was Cade went from I know he's going to be an all-star to now he's got to prove it. This year he's proved it. So there's no questions anymore. To me, it's the end of the debate.
You doing better.
Mark. Yeah, I didn't hear people glazing Cade until this season. Wrong, Mark.
Yeah, that's very wrong.
Yeah.
I've done it since college, Mark.
Just because you guys didn't watch the NBA until this
Right.
season.
Yeah, no, see, and that's where you're. Listen, a lot of people thought he was going to be good. You know what? That's why he went number one overall.
Exactly.
Like,
That's why he was the no doubt number one overall
But
pick.
I don't think anybody expected him to be one of the best players in the league this year. Like, we can have that. Even if you loved Cade, you couldn't have projected this leap. Like, this has been a quantum leap compared to what he was.
Shout out Scott Bakula.
Yeah. Oh, great show.
Yeah.
The ending of that show, man, I don't know though.
Yeah,
Like,
not
I
great.
still debate it. Did you watch Quantum Leap?
No.
They tried to reboot it a while ago, and it was
Yeah.
awful.
I never watched it. I've just seen the episodes of Always Sunny where
Yeah,
they.
that's
Oh, really?
the show is
I just love the one where he's like, "Am I retarded?" And he opens it and he sees himself in the mirror.
Oh.
Have you seen it?
That's Quantum Leap. I've seen that
that's
scene.
Quantum Leap.
Okay.
Because he leaped into a retarded man. What the fuck? That's what happened.
I've seen the scene. I have seen the scene.
Neil, you have lost control.
Remember when we clipped it and put easy in the reflection?
It's good stuff.
Oh, man.
Speaking of Easy,
Yeah, oh boy.
he's been in the chat. Easy, I'll give you what you want. We'll do a golf segment.
Oh,
We'll give you a golf segment.
Jared
We'll give you a golf
Jared
segment.
Goff.
You got to hang out, though. You got to wait for it. So just keep watching. We're going to get there. We're definitely going to get there. Last thing on the Pistons, Malik Beasley. He's a free agent. He's got a $6 million one-year
Sign
deal.
him. Don't matter. Sign him.
I don't think you got to worry about signing him. He wants to be here.
I'm giving
Like,
it. He's going to make $20 million a year.
Goddamn
Okay,
right.
that's. I was going to say that's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pay him.
Could be north of that, but
Yeah.
that's your
Pay him.
price to get in the club.
Three years, 65 million.
65 million.
I'd
What you
do
spending
that.
the money on? Pay him.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
Okay.
what 12th men are making in the
Yep.
league right now. That's what's crazy.
He's 28
about the
though.
NBA.
So?
Might want a couple more years. on him.
28 with a
Maybe.
gun on him.
Hey, listen,
Yeah.
I was told Booker's too old at 28, so I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know. Do we really want to sign a guy that's 28?
I think 3 years, 65, 4 years, 84, something like that.
Everybody's cool.
You'll
Yeah.
do 4 years?
I'll do 4 years.
He's
probably-
28.
Yeah. I do around 3, personally, but I wouldn't do more than that.
If he wants the extra one, I'm fine with it. The last thing you lose is shooting.
I put a team option for the 4th year. How about that?
That's fair.
Okay, well then you got to pay me more money.
That's fine. I'll throw a few extra million on there. Why not?
Yeah, you got to get me towards 30 for that for 3 years.
Just for the team option?
Team option, maybe even a little more.
All right.
3
I-
years, 3
player
years.
option.
You're-
Player option.
Player
for the 4th
option, yeah. If you
Player
can
option
if
for
you
the
can
4th
get me in the ballpark of 30 with the player option for the 4th, I'll do that.
year. Okay. Deal.
29.
Yeah.
Deal.
29 mil?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's do it.
I'm in. 4-year deal.
Yep.
4th year player option. I like it. I got security. I've already made $60 million on my last big deal that I signed. He signed with the Bucks as a free agent for $2.7 million.
It's insane.
In
But
2022.
he was good, but he wasn't doing.
But he
what
wasn't
he's
good,
doing
good.
now. Like, yeah, he wasn't good.
Woodward Sports chat thread. Jump into that super chat if you want to skip the line. Rando opinions are like buttholes. Everyone has one, and they all stink. No, a lot of people do, man.
My butthole smells good. I wash it. Wash your ass, people. Wash your ass.
I wipe my own ass. I wipe my own ass.
Yeah. So Moving on.
This show is off
Yeah,
the real.
so,
El Gato.
where's the transition, Neil? How do you transition out of there?
All right, you want one?
You want one?
You want one? I got one for you. El Gato. Talk NFL draft. Okay, El Gato, we will when we come back. All right.
Jared Goff.
Planet Fitness, everyone. We're live at the Planet Fitness studios. You guys already know what it is, the best gym in the gym game. And the bottom line for me is they're everywhere, right? Doesn't matter where you are. There's a chance I'll be going to Milwaukee tonight, as a matter of fact. There's a Planet Fitness around the block from the hotel we stay at. I'll be working out there tomorrow morning, maybe. I don't know. We'll see how it works out. But Planet Fitnesses are everywhere. And with the Black Card option, just $24.99 a month, you get access to every single one of them. And it's not just that. It's like the gym itself, right? All the latest equipment. They've done a round of equipment upgrades, which I thought was kind of funny because I didn't feel like they needed equipment upgrades, but they did it anyway because that's the way it works. At
That
Planet
new seated calf raise machine is pretty sweet.
Pretty electric, man. No, they are. They're it's a sharp, man. Clean facilities. You can go in the locker room, take a shower, do what you got to do, go on about your day. That's the way it works at Planet Fitness. I'm looking out the window at a gym right now that is $69 a month. Couldn't
Just
be me,
down
bro.
the road.
Right down there,
Yeah.
less than a mile from here is where I go, and it's $24.99 a month.
And the weights weigh the same?
And the weights weigh the same. They
Such a
Planet
bargain.
Fitness people, they weigh them to make sure. So the weights weigh the same. Choose your fighter, everybody. Planet Fitness, that's my fighter. PlanetFitness.com or just pull in the parking lot. Planet Fitness, don't pay more money to lift the same weights.
Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer, is kicking off the game with the best prices on all cars, trucks, and SUVs, like this 2024 Silverado for just $296 a month, or this 2025 Equinox for as low as $371 a month. Our locations in Novi, Highland, New Hudson, Livonia, and Lansing means we have the perfect Chevy right in your backyard. Get the home team advantage every day at Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Stay connected with Woodward Sports on all social platforms. Follow us on Facebook, X, Instagram, along with YouTube, Twitch, and TikTok for the latest sporting news, live updates, and behind-the-scenes action. Don't miss out. Hit that follow button and be a part of Detroit's #1 digital sports network at Woodward Sports everywhere.
All right, pulling up on hour number 2, Big D Energy Woodward Sports Network. We'll be joined by Dr. Pierce coming up in the next segment. And we got a demand. Someone demanded that we talk NFL draft. So I do want to get caught up with the Combine. And I was on the road for a lot of it. I monitored the headlines and all that kind of stuff. I guess the question is, what did we learn from the Combine?
Wow, that Ohio State's quarterback probably had the worst combine performance I've ever seen in my life.
Pretty bad.
That was really bad.
It was so bad.
He was missing open. Well, obviously,
I mean, they're open.
but
They're always guarding him, and he's throwing it 10 yards behind him. It's like he couldn't get used to the speed of the wide. Like, that kid, goodbye. NFL career,
Well,
goodbye.
yeah. See you in the XFL.
I honestly feel like I could have gone out there and given a somewhat, at least on par performance.
I think you could too.
Yeah.
Like it was bad.
It was bad.
Tell me more
and
about
I
how
can
good
be
he
bad. Like, if you want bad, I'll be bad. I'll overthrow receivers. I'll throw it behind them.
Oh yeah.
What about, like,
Sorry, that's what
your guys, Spenny? And look, I always look forward to your guys.
Yeah.
Like Nate Wiggins was one of
I
your
got a
guys.
guy. Give me 1 second.
What was the verdict on your guys, Spenny? Your defensive end from Marshall. I know that everybody was high on.
Mike Green, I like Mike Green.
He's out of the discussion.
He's
now,
out
right?
of the discussion. Yeah, he's not really my guy. I have a couple guys, and like I talked about this. I might not do another mock draft for the rest of the year because I don't think I could do one that I like better than the first one I did. The first 4 picks that I had in my mock draft for the Lions, all of them scored over a 9 in their RAS scores. Wow. Like just absolute freaks. And we know
Brad Holmes guys.
We know what Brad Holmes likes, and that's it. My guy on this draft, a guy I think is going to be a Pro Bowl level talent in probably year 2 is Tate Ratledge. This dude out of Georgia, man, he is an interior offensive lineman out of Georgia. He's got the mustache. He's got the power mullet.
Yours?
The guy is yeah, I'm pulling him up right now. I had to find a good picture of him and that JPEG. He is elite, an elite athlete at the position. He is 6'6", 310 pounds. Look at him. Look at this guy.
Oh, wow.
I mean, come on.
Oh, my God.
Come
That
on.
is Spencer.
Like I said, 6'6", 310 pounds, ran a sub 540, had a 32-inch vertical leap, had a 9-foot broad jump. Like, the guy is a freak of nature. I think what he does, he is a nasty blocker, mean and aggressive. He gets downhill. He can get out in front of running backs and in front of tight ends on screens. That is what the Lions like out of an offensive lineman. That is what the Lions like to use in their run scheme. And it's not like this guy's going to be a first or second round pick. He's going to be in the 3rd round more than likely. Maybe late 2nd, but probably 3rd round now, early 3rd, because of what he did in the combine is going to boost his stock up a little bit. But this guy, I truly think, is a can't-miss offensive guard prospect in the NFL. I truly think this guy is going to, at one point in his career, be all-pro level offensive guard. He is extremely talented. He's a multiple sport athlete when you look at what he did, track and field, basketball, and football in high school. I think this guy's can't miss, honestly.
Jay Henney. He looks like Trailer Decker.
Hell yeah.
Trailer.
That's a great nickname for him.
It is.
Derek Harmon's still high on my board. Like that's,
I like him too.
That's who I like. If we could have an ideal candidate for who the Lions could pick up, and unfortunately, he had a really good combine.
Yep.
So that means he's probably going to go early 20s or something like that. He's not going to fall to us, unfortunately. But that's the guy. He led the nation in pressures. He's an absolute monster. You watch his film, it's like, oh my God, this guy's an animal.
Guy's a loser.
Just like we were talking about how the Pistons have shown how much above their competition they were last night. Every piece of film I've watched on Derek Harmon has been impressive.
Traitor, no honor, turncloak.
For me,
he left state.
Oh yeah, he did leave state. I forgot.
Smart, intelligent.
I can't blame the guy. I think he went to Miami and got a bag too. So
he went to Oregon.
Oregon? Okay, yeah. Who went
Speaking of Miami,
Simeon Barrow went to Miami. The other one, Traitor, turncloak.
Speaking of Miami, Cam Ward's pretty much going to be the number 1 overall quarterback taken. That was kind of the vibe I got out of the combine, right?
Yep.
First
was
one.
Was this like
More than
expected?
likely.
I felt like this kind of came out of nowhere. Like
I think it was
first announced.
It was either going to be him or Shador.
I don't think it was
thought it was gonna be
expected. I think
Shador.
it was suspected.
Okay.
You know, like and Shador will go in the first round.
Yeah.
No doubt. Like the people that are saying, "Oh, he's going to go in the second round." You're not taking a quarterback in the second round, man.
No.
If you're going to take him in the second, just take him in the first and get another year. And it's undefeated. It's just like the more things change, the more they stay the same. The hope with the quarterback spot is undefeated. Hope, desperation, whatever you want to call it.
It's really desperation.
Who are you bringing up?
My job's on the line. I need this kid to succeed. So
if they like him, the Raiders are going to take him.
yeah.
You know it. You know they are.
Mm-hmm.
You know they are.
There's going to be 4 or 5 quarterbacks taken in the first round in one of the weakest quarterbacks.
I was going to
classes
say, and
ever.
this will be another Sam Darnold quarterback
Yeah,
class.
absolutely.
Allegedly, yeah.
Josh
surface.
Rosen,
Yeah,
Sam Darnold.
dude, Josh Rosen.
Just remember, religion's based on hope, man. Like that's what it is.
Hope
Beautiful
sells.
thing.
Maybe the most beautiful.
Maybe
of
the
things.
most beautiful thing.
The other thing I heard that I think Travis Hunter will definitely be very, very high, like probably number 2.
But
Top
is he a
5.
receiver or a corner?
Corner.
I think he's a corner.
If it's me,
Braylon said I was a damn fool for saying
No, he's going to be a
What
corner.
does Braylon know about NFL football?
Yeah.
I know, right? But
He's going to be a corner in the league. He'll put some packages for him to play receiver.
Braylon said he was too small to play corner in the league. So take it from what he said. But.
for me, I'm going to be designated as a wide receiver for financial purposes.
Oh, I got you.
That's how I would do it if it were me. I forget what the exact numbers are. The 5 highest paid wide receivers are $32.2 million per year. The 5 highest paid corners are $21.9 million per year.
Not even close.
So I'm designating as a receiver.
I identify as
a receiver if I'm him.
That's fair.
You're not telling me my pronouns, you know. So that's how I would be if it were me. Woodward Sports chat thread. Dexter James, call me crazy, but I don't get the Shedeur Sanders hype. And that's fine. Like, I'm not going to kill someone that says that.
I'm with him.
I am intrigued to see if he gets behind an offensive line.
Yeah.
Like, that man was running for his life at Colorado every day and still made plays. Like, I think we forget, right? We let the social media cloud, the whole Deion Sanders thing. We let the social media cloud the fact that he walked into a program and took it over immediately that was 1-11 that had 30 players on it when they showed up.
They cloud me. I knew the truth. Deion's never failed anywhere he's been. College, high school, it don't matter.
I wouldn't call Buffalo or Colorado a huge success, though.
They had one win when you walked in there.
And he left with
so
nine.
where are
The
you going to
next
go
year, and
from
then
there?
year after
Any
that,
coach
they
can
could've
come
made the
in and it would be an uptrend.
Well,
right?
the
why
coach that
didn't
was
they?
there couldn't.
Right. I was about to say, why didn't they?
The coach that was there, it got worse as he went.
The strategy that Deion has for college football works in a micro. It doesn't work in a macro. That's why it helped him out immediately, going to the transfer portal, getting all these guys, creating a whole new team. It equated to a couple more wins, but it's never going to equate to a good potential national championship football team. It never will. He's never going to get a better quarterback prospect than he did in his own son. So that's never going to come through the door again. And we'll see. We'll see.
I think he can.
Yeah, I'm like, this is Deion we talking
He's one of the
about.
best recruiters in the country. I think he
Who
could get
doesn't
these
want to
guys.
play for fucking prime time?
If he
Who
obviously
wants
he's
to
got to
play
leave.
for a program that is nothing but turnover?
I was gonna say he's got to leave
That's-
Colorado. I mean, if he gets the Florida State job, he'll be getting the best recruit in the country every year.
No doubt. No doubt.
We'll see. But as much as everybody wants to stroke Deion for what he did, I don't think it's as great as everybody's making it out to be. He got a sure prospect in his son, which was built in.
Is he a bad father?
No, I don't think he's a bad
No,
father at all.
Flannel-
No, I think
yeah,
I
it's
tried
Flannel.
to trap you.
Oh yeah, no, I don't think he's a bad father.
Flannel
He's a
called
great
the man
father.
a bad father.
Listen, I think the Bronny incident is awful for humanity, but I think I'd do the same thing for my son
exactly.
too. So like, I understand both sides of the coin. Yeah, I'm going to help out my son, but
I do like that, by the way.
Yeah,
Like, people are going to
nepotism is
sit here and act like they wouldn't do the same
Yeah,
thing. Hell yeah, I would do the
absolutely.
same thing.
And it happens in corporate offices. It happens in college admissions. It happens everywhere through life. It's called nepotism.
Nobody says shit about Thanasis sitting on the Bucks bench for 10 years now,
Right.
doing absolutely nothing and collecting $1 million checks.
Yeah, I don't have to
Bronny's
like
better
it, but
than
I
Thanasis
understand it.
at basketball.
That's a fact.
Like,
But
Bronny might
it's the
actually be a
people
role
that
player.
But it's the people that won't like have the common sense argument that like, yeah, he really doesn't deserve to be a second round pick or on the Lakers ever. Like,
He's
awful.
I wouldn't say ever. He's not awful.
He's a G League player.
Yeah, that's why he
At
could
best, a two-way G
could
League
could
player.
eventually develop into a role player. Maybe.
No, he can't guard anybody. He's too he gets bullied.
He
on
is
the court.
small.
He's too small,
Yeah.
and that's not his fault. It's
No.
the genes. It's genetic.
Bryce might actually be something.
Bryce Underwood.
No, Bryce James.
Oh
No, hey, Bryce Underwood.
Bryce Underwood.
Yeah,
Bryce
let's put
Underwood.
the
He
respect
already
on
is.
his
He
name.
something.
better be.
He already
Yeah,
is
no.
something.
It's the only hope you got.
Yeah, I know, and I can't wait to rub it in your face, you son of a bitch.
Look at this. Wow, sounds like someone doesn't like Deion Sanders. Where did I say that? Love Deion. Love prime
Once
time.
again, it's the tone.
Love,
love
the
Deion.
dance. like
I
all
like
about-
sitting here being on this side of it. It's the way you say it, Stick.
Oh,
well, this
I'm
is the way
sorry.
I talk. Like,
So here's the deal. Put on closed captioning and fucking read then if you can't handle tone. Like, it's that simple. Like, man, I don't hate Deion Sanders. I just, like, I'm not going to stroke him like everybody else did for what he did at that. Like, he turned around a one-win program by bringing in a bunch of transfer portal people. Most coaches can come in and do that. Especially when you got the best quarterback prospect
Yeah,
as your
but
son.
most coaches aren't going to get those guys. though.
Yeah, come on.
I don't know.
he brought Travis
He
Hunter
got
with
Travis
him.
Hunter to Jackson State. Like,
Yeah, dude.
there's only one person in the world that could get Travis Hunter to Jackson State, and it was Deion.
Period. End of story.
Yeah.
Man. Period. End of
Why
story.
was he at Jackson State?
Because Deion was there.
But there's...
If Deion wasn't at
Let's be
Jackson
honest.
State,
and he was a
Because
corner.
guys don't go to JUCO and those types of colleges because they're shining stars in the community.
Well,
right?
because he's a cornerback.
He would have been the best player in the country. He could have gone to any country in the world, but he went to Jackson State because Deion was there.
Yeah. Listen, we'll see. The Deion thing's a wait and see thing. I'm not anointing him as a great college coach yet.
You know the other thing I learned?
I wouldn't say he's a great coach. Yeah, I agree with
That's
that.
all.
Yeah.
The other thing I learned, man, the business of the NFL, it doesn't matter if the combine's going on. None of that stuff matters, dude. The Matt Stafford thing happened.
Yeah.
The Bengals, tagged T. Higgins as
Again.
well. Again, they don't have a choice though, dude. Like
They should have tagged someone on defense, though. I mean, like, you have the third, fourth worst defense in the NFL. It's pretty bad. And you go spend $22 million on your second or third wide receiver. What are you doing? Hopefully that was more of a sign and trade thing, right? Like they're just signing him to retain the rights so they could trade him for something.
I don't know. He's a $30 million a year receiver. I do know that. But the tag, his tag is higher because he's a Pro Bowl player.
Yeah, and he got
tagged
twice.
last year.
Yeah.
Okay. So you get an escalator. I think the first tag is 120%, and then they can. Then that second tag, if they want to tag him again,
I think it's 150.
144%. Yeah, some kind of weird number that was collectively bargained. But it's just like, because Jamar Chase is you're paying Jamar Chase.
Got to.
You ain't messing with him.
Yeah. No.
Period. End of
He's the
story.
best wide receiver in the world.
Joe Burrow's so that'll be over $35 million.
Yeah.
Joe Burrow's at $55 million. Trey Hendrickson wants a new deal.
Yep.
Yeah. They want to
Get ready, guys. Watch. I want everyone here to watch what's going on with the Bengals because you're finna do it too. We talked about it. You get about 3. That's the number.
Yeah, 3 main guys.
3 main guys. That's the way that it
But also
fits.
the salary cap jumped $22 million this year.
Yeah, but
you're
the
at
price.
a wash
But the price.
already.
That's
the price.
See,
is
that
gonna
doesn't
go
have
up.
an impact because the prices adjust.
Yeah, I understand.
You're still only
it.
going to get 3 guys.
But I think, like, when you're looking at the bottom line and you're like, all right, I'm going to franchise T. Higgins again. Well, we just got $22 million extra, so we're really only down 8 to what we thought we were going to be, right? So I think it softens the blow a little bit this year if you're going to do it. Maybe.
Woodward Sports chat thread, VLOC 85. Is it all guaranteed? It's the second he signs it, it's guaranteed. He hasn't signed it yet, though. So that's the other angle. He cannot sign it. But for cap purposes, when the Bengals extend the franchise offer, that goes on their cap.
Oh, okay.
So the second that the offer's extended, they have to conduct business as though he signed.
Got it.
And that cap doesn't get released until he is no longer with the Bengals. So that's the way that it goes.
Yep.
So it is.
They're in
It's just
hell.
yeah. Well, I mean, get ready because that's your preview in about 3 years here, 2 to 3 years here.
I think Brad Holmes is a little more savvy and understands how to kick the salary cap down the road. We'll see restructures. We'll see a couple more of those things, I believe.
Well, I mean, and that's the angle too. But you know what? And just talking about it, Dr. Pierce is going to join us at 12:24. Let's have a conversation about it. Let's do it. Let's take the break because we're going to see Lions ownership. And this is a topic that just popped into my head, and it's going to be legit. So let's discuss it, everyone. All right, Caesar Sportsbook, everyone, the official sportsbook of Woodward Sports. Use the promo code Woodward1000. Here's how this will go, everybody. Scan the QR code on the screen. Make your first deposit with the promo code Woodward1000. Then when you make your first bet, all the way up to $1,000, if you lose it, you'll get it back as a free bonus bet, everyone. Almost like a do-over, I guess, if you will. And again, that's all the way up to $1,000. Make your first deposit, promo code Woodward1000. Make your first bet. If that first bet loses, your first bet, remember. If that loses, you'll get it back as a free bonus bet. It's the move, guys. You can try it. If it doesn't work out, try it again. You get to do it again one more time for free. Promo code Woodward1000. It's Caesars, man. One of the OGs of the sports betting
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles. And with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
Big injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon, and Ermanni and Edwards with Maz Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce. your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you.
Back at it here, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neil Rule. Stick in the building for D-Mac, who's away in Florida with his wife, as a matter of fact.
Hey.
He's allowed to do that.
Good for D-Mac.
Good for D-Mac.
Shout out.
He deserves it.
Playing golf right now, I'm sure.
I'm sure he is.
Hell of a golfer.
Yes.
Dude, the guy's a
We also have KG in the building. We have, of course, Chase in the Chase Lounge. Spencer Raxter's here as well. We have all of you in the Woodward Sports chat thread. Jump into there. Eric Wall. And look, we're going to talk the business side. People said talk about the draft. Okay. We talked about the combine and what went on there. It led to a discussion about the Bengals and what they're running into. And so this reminds me to bring this up again. For all the Sheila Love out there, justifiably so. No doubt. She stood on business, had a vision, stood by it when it looked questionable, and reaped the rewards. Props.
Love you, Sheila.
Shout out. Well, we'll see. Hold on. Let me get to this.
Nah.
The Bengals thing that they're going on right now. And I want to set the record straight. They franchise tag T. Higgins. And today's the deadline, by the way, to franchise tag. You have until today to do it. So you might see one or two more. But with that being said, the knock against the Bengals organization, they're a, quote, cheap organization. On the flip side of that coin, there's franchises like the Rams. And we've talked about this many times on this show, the whole cash over cap angle. And when you see these mega signing bonuses and these mega deals with these mega guarantees, for those that don't know, and there are some of you who do know, but there's some that don't. When you sign one of those deals, say it's a 4-year, $200 million deal with a $160 million signing bonus. The second that deal is signed, the Rams, say they do the deal, their ownership has to deposit $160 million into an escrow account to make sure that bonus, that guaranteed signing bonus, gets paid out over the time it's supposed to be paid. This is something that the Bengals don't tend to do a lot of, which is why they get the cheap designation. You don't see them paying out huge signing bonuses, but they're going to learn.
Yeah, they're going to learn today.
When Jamar Chase, oh yeah, they're going to learn. So I guess the angle here is this is going to be the next evolution of the Lions because people need to pay attention to what's happening with the Bengals because we're going to live it in about 2 years. That's the next thing with the Lions, though, Stick. How committed are you?
Here's the major caveat of the whole conversation, as our friend D-Mac would say. I don't think Brad Holmes is going to let it get to end-of-contract situations to where he's kind of pigeonholed to make those decisions. Like, look at the re-signings that he's already done. He didn't wait till the end of the rookie contract to sign Penei Sewell.
And to be fair,
he didn't wait till the end of the rookie contract. He extends early, which saves him money late. So that's where I think that Brad Holmes is, once again, playing the game better than what's going on in Cincinnati.
Yeah, but
it's not about the money up front. It's about the money I'm going to save. Because every time the highest quarterback in the league signs a contract, it's like, this guy's not the highest paid quarterback in the league. Then 6 months later, he's down to number 10, right? Because so many deals get signed above him.
Right.
He's getting players at a discount price because he's being aggressive and locking them in. They didn't lock T. Higgins in. They could have done that 2 years ago for $15 million for 4 more years at 64 years, $60 million plus a signing bonus, and now you're getting him at a discount to market. And that's where Brad Holmes, I think, is playing a different game. He's smarter. I haven't seen one player come to the end of their contract and he's been pressed into signing them, or we need to get T. Higgins back. Well, if he really thought T. Higgins was a part of the future, they should have invested in him early, like Brad Holmes did with Amon-Ra St. Brown.
And that's on their ownership. If they didn't want to cut the check and say, hey, we got to put $100 million in an escrow account.
It's on the ownership, but if the GM's not making it a priority to take up to the ownership, and the ownership believes he's running the team the way it should be, and they don't understand quite the business side of it. Because we got to remember, football owners are sometimes just guys with a lot of money. They're not like football guys. They're not salary cap guys. They just own the brand. That's why you hire, like, Sheila. She may not understand all the football nuance, but that's why she brought in a Chris Spielman. That's why she brings in guys she can trust so they can do the job and then report to her what to do. Now, if Brad Holmes wasn't coming to her and saying, hey, I want to extend Amon-Ra St. Brown because I believe if we sign him this year, we're going to save about $10 million a year in 3 years, right? If your GM's not taking that to the owner can't approve it or disapprove it.
Yeah, but
so
is it
like, and then there's Jerry Joneses of the world,
right?
right?
So I agree with you, Stick. You on point, but isn't it a two-way street as well? Like, you have to get the players' approval in order to even extend them early. I think Brad Holmes has had the pleasure of having, like-minded people in the building that want to get that done.
Well, KG,
isn't it on the players too?
But that goes in, but that's a part of who they draft.
Right.
Like for real,
right,
that's a part of who they draft. No one talks about this.
Not everybody wants to extend early.
There you go. And T. Higgins has to be a willing partner in that, and he's probably not because it's not done. On the flip side of the coin, that's why, and that's why I laugh at the people in the chat that'll be like, oh, well, you never criticize Brad Holmes because he walks on water. That's the depth of it, to the point where the guys they draft are their guys, to where they kind of forecast, hey, they're going to want to be here. We're going to get this done. We're going to take care of you fair, no doubt. Penei Sewell was taken care of fairly. Goff taken care of fairly. Amon-Ra St. Brown, they're fair, no doubt. But that goes into those guys. That goes into Goff, Sewell, St. Brown, to where I'm not going to hold them hostage over 10% more money.
And it also goes back to human nature, right? Like, Neil, if you sign a 3-year contract at Woodward Sports and 1 year in, I'm like, dude, I love everything that you're doing here. Let's make it a 5-year deal right now. Let's skip the bullshit down the road. You're feeling good. You're feeling you're delivering for the team. Now you're getting a deal. So it becomes almost a human nature thing when you approach people that are doing a good job and offer them what they deserve before it's time to sign on the dotted line. When you get to that point, like clearly with the T. Higgins, now you're held hostage. We don't want to lose him, but we didn't do enough proactive shit to keep him either. Yeah. So what do we got to do? Throw this franchise tag at him. Yeah. Well, now, am I going to get a motivated player? No, he's playing for himself this year. He's on a 1-year deal. He's worried about next year, getting injured, what deal he's going to sign down the road, instead of just, I'm locked up for 5 years, let's just play fucking ball.
Now, on the flip side of that coin, though, DNC-ENT says if T doesn't get a deal somewhere, he better not step on a blade of glass till pen hits paper.
Facts.
I have a real bad feeling. But DNC-ENT, if I'm management, he's only played 53% of the snaps the last 2 years.
That is true.
You know what I'm saying?
That is also true, yeah.
So it's not as cut and dry. And maybe this might be a bad example because there's a track record of a guy missing time, which he has. Has he been 100% reliable? No.
Yeah.
No, not at all. And if I'm doing this, the Bengals' next guy they sign, long term, if it's either Trey Hendrickson or if it's T. Higgins, they better be right.
Yeah. You can't miss.
They better be. You can't
And you better
miss.
start drafting very well.
Mm-hmm.
You can't miss in
That's
the
it,
draft
man.
if you're in that salary cap hell. I mean, that's one thing that Brad Holmes miraculously pulled us out of with the Penei Sewell and Amon-Ra St. Brown draft. Getting those two in one draft is like having 2 top 10 picks in a first round, and it elevates your team immediately. And Brad Holmes hit it out of the park with that.
No, it definitely did. The real K77, salary cap's not real. Go look at the New Orleans Saints. Go look at the New Orleans Saints.
Mm-hmm. It's real. It's just you can play with it. Like there's ways to go about it. Savvy people figure it out. It's like taxes. Some people figure out how to pay no taxes. Some people don't ever figure it out.
Browns know it's real.
Cleveland Browns know it's real. They're getting rid of Myles Garrett because of it, everybody.
Yeah.
So,
thank you, Deshaun Watson.
And in 5 years, we'll be sitting here on this desk right now, and I'll say, man, remember those Super Bowls that the Eagles won?
Yeah.
Worth it.
Let's hope
100%. It's 100% worth it.
Yep.
Don't get me wrong,
Let's
because
hope
it worked.
We're not saying that.
Yeah. But
Yeah, for real.
at the same
Hopefully
time,
it's not plural.
at the same time, we'll be saying never forget.
Yep.
You know, but it did work, no question. But they also have $220 million on the books in 2027 for 18 guys.
Yeah.
You know,
It's tough as a Lions fan because I would trade anything in the world for one Super Bowl win, even if it meant another 30 years of not winning. But at the same time, I want my dynasty too. I want to win all the time. So I'm willing to trade it, though, for one because we've never had one.
There you go. Absolutely. All right, let's Steve Wilds, the Sewell and St. Brown deals are cheap right now. I'd argue the Goff deal is cheap right now.
Yeah, it is. Number 7 in the league, $53 million.
His guaranteed money AAV starts with a 4. Mm-hmm. Seems to be pretty
It's
good.
only getting lower.
Watch Brock Purdy's deal.
It's only getting lower.
I feel bad for saying. Well, I don't because they talked a lot of shit, but San Francisco is just you're witnessing a window close.
If you don't
Both
believe
wide
the cap's
receivers
real,
won out. You got to re-sign Brock Purdy.
If you don't believe the cap's real, look at the Debo thing, and the Debo thing is because of the Brock Purdy thing.
Yep.
because they got to do it. Because and look, DNC, you were talking about if you're T. Higgins, you don't step on a blade of grass. If I'm Brock Purdy, I don't show up to the facility.
Yeah.
I love this comment by Dexter James. I've definitely tried to rebuild the Browns on Madden, and it's hard.
Yes. No, absolutely. No, that's exactly where it is. Nicholas Duncan, Brock Purdy injury prone, $46 million. I laugh in your face. Nicholas, I won't show up unless it's 55. I won't show up.
Oh. Did you see that? Sam Darnold unlikely to be franchised by 4 p.m. today.
For sure.
Sam Darnold's about to go get a bag somewhere.
Yep.
And Minnesota's about to take a step back.
Is the bag as big as it would have been if he won in the playoffs? Don't know.
I think so.
He's the best free agent quarterback available.
Those last
right
two
now, right?
games, I don't know, man.
Well, you're going to see guys like quarterback, desperate. But the musical chairs are going to stop.
Right.
The music's going to stop, and someone's not going to have one.
Yeah.
You got the Raiders.
The Jets.
You got the Raiders.
Steelers.
The Steelers don't have
Giants.
one.
Giants.
Like, and I'm looking at it just too, like from the standpoint of, do you think the Raiders are here to dick around with with Tom Brady in the fold,
Pete Carroll, no.
with hiring Pete Carroll? You think they're here to dick around?
No, not at all.
The Steelers are never dicking around. Like, I'm just saying, guys, you're gonna see, man. You're absolutely gonna see. It's wild. Dak Prescott's an $80 million cap hit this year. All right, Dr. Pierce, when we come back, everyone, shop.woodwardsports.com. Yes, indeed. Get geared up for the playoff run. Go to shop.woodwardsports.com. When we're broadcasting from the plaza, I'm going to be rocking an F them picture. Because are we gonna be doing this in April, or it's gonna be playoffs?
April in the D.
All right, I want an F them picture. I'm gonna go to shop.woodwardsports.com. The best Detroit sports wearables.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app online or in club and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Neil Rule here for FeldmanAuto.com and the entire 19 dealerships under the FeldmanAuto.com umbrella. Yes, Feldman Chevrolet in Novi is Michigan's #1 Chevrolet dealer. Ineos Grenadier, the newest SUV lineup, they have a dealership. That's under the Feldman umbrella, too. Go to FeldmanAuto.com. They've been around since 1996. They're a part of the community, man. They do great charity work with the Children's Miracle Network Hospital as well. Go to FeldmanAuto.com. All right, as promised, we're back at it. Big D Energy. Neil Rule stick in for D-Mac. D-Mac will be out for the week. He's down in Florida. KG, Spencer Raxter. Chase is here in the Chase Lounge. And right now, as promised, we are joined by Dr. Pierce, our injury insider in the flesh. Wow. He's been around the world. And here you are. It all comes back to the studios here at Woodward Sports, doesn't it? Of all the magical places you've seen in the world,
this is where I feel comfortable. It's my comfort zone. I can say whatever I want, not get bleeped. Just a quick shout out for Feldman. Feldman also sponsors Athletes Unlimited.
Oh, nice.
So they are very charitable. So
yeah, we do their golf outing every year, and it's amazing.
Yes, big time dollars raised in the community. It's important to them, too.
A couple weeks earlier this year, guys, so put that on your calendar.
Put you on the calendar. All right. Doc, good to have you back. No jet lag or anything like that? You good?
I'm a little sore from yesterday.
You played some pickleball.
I was waiting for Mac to be here, not to stick your knot.
Yeah.
I'm
but
definitely not Darren.
I am sore, like ready position. I haven't been in a ready position in a while.
How's your lateral quickness?
My lateral quickness. Instinct took over, body lagged.
You could see it happening, right?
It was.
There it is. Body, go, go.
The brain was willing, but the flesh was weak.
Yeah, because it's weird. It's like you're slow playing, and all of a sudden, boom, you'll accelerate, and you gotta move, and we gotta have injury prevention week with pickleball, so that whole Dr. Pickleball may come to life here. I mean, I've had a lot of pickleball injuries, but I know that you want to talk about the combine. But
no, I do, but I had a good friend of one of my wife's best friends.
Yes.
Her dad tore his Achilles at like 68 years old playing pickleball.
Yeah. So if you are a pickleball player, any player, we talked about what's going on with spring coming. If you feel brittle, if you feel tight, we can use the word brittle from now on, put it in that secret sauce column.
All right.
But brittle means your body isn't healthy and ready. And things will tear when they're brittle. So hydration, water is so underrated. If you're not drinking enough water, it's the simplest thing you can do. And I know it has to be bottled water, filtered water, flavored water. As long as you're intaking water, your body is at least getting nutrition. Now, is there too much water you can take in? Yes. If you're only drinking water through the day and you're really not eating, and like I have someone that just did a marathon, they were only doing water. That's wrong. Like a lot of my entertainers, you have to have electrolytes. So it's almost like every 3 bottles, the fourth one should be something with electrolytes.
What about alkaline water? What's your take on alkaline water?
So alkaline water is different. It's changing the pH in your body. It's not really for rehydration and stuff like that. It's for more of balance. So it is good. It's proven out to be good. There was a friend of mine actually came out with some of the first alkaline water 20 plus years ago, and we all laughed at him because it kind of had a smell to it. It had a different taste, and it really didn't take off. But now it's
I love it. That's all I drink.
Yeah, I mean it's good. It creates more of a balance. Your body might have been craving something you didn't know, and you feel better.
Well, they say
with
the
it.
body absorbs it quicker, right?
Absorbs it quicker, but it's also changing what your body normal pH is, right? So you don't want more acid or base.
We got a question for you.
Back to the chemistry stuff.
We got a question for you in the chat. Nick Hedigen. I have 1 month to a marathon. Is there any secret sauce outside of my training that will give me any last-minute marginal gains? I do use electrolytes regularly. Marathon runner.
To talk off record on air, I would, if he's real serious and depending on what's going on, the peptide world is taking off, and there's a lot of peptide stuff that can help with his
Explain.
I can't.
Okay.
But it's a supplement.
Gotcha.
Basically, it's natural supplements where you really break down Ozempic and things like that. Those are peptides. Those are amino acids. Those are things that the body naturally utilizes, and these are natural occurring things that are being made synthetically, chemically. So there's more availability. GNC, the nutritionist, some of all that stuff is hot. I don't know how far behind you are in your marathon, or if you're right on pace. If you're doing your nutrition, if you're doing your hydration, if you're doing your warm-ups, you're doing your recoveries, you should be right on pace if you're a month out of a marathon. Is it his first marathon? Is really what?
No, he's a veteran. He ran marathons on consecutive days. I remember. The Baltimore one, then the Detroit one.
Yeah, so he's ultra marathon guy. So they're at a whole different level.
Nightmare.
The margin, just like Spence.
Yeah. Just like Spenny. He's a finely tuned machine, just like Spenny. Well, one more question. A lot of questions for you, Danny G. Does beer count, Doc? It's basically water.
Does beer count?
So
to measure it is what you see in the toilet, right? If you see that bright yellow, you're dehydrated. Beer will dehydrate you.
Yes.
So you have to complement the beer with true water.
True water. There you go.
The better question is, does it replace the electrolytes? And there's some electrolytes there, so there's an ounce of benefit.
So you heard it. Electrolytes in beer better than
there
water.
it is.
Go ahead, guys. Drink up.
No.
Noah, the guys in the back, doctor says beer better than water. There you go.
Let's make sure that clip doesn't go real tight.
All right, Doc. We were talking about the combine, and I had just kind of a basic question for you. And I've shared the story with the people before. Our trainer at Oakland was with the Lions for 20 years and kind of got pushed out when the Patricia people came in and stuff like that. And he would tell me stories about the NFL and the NFL Combine and we gave medical reports to people and we didn't like the way this guy looked or like the way. What are the medicals? You know, they say we got to look at the medicals. What are the medicals at the combine?
It's become such a sophisticated, like I've been around a long time where the medicals were like what's visually in front of you. That was when I started. Now it's everything peeled back. It's like Carfax. Carfax will peel everything back about that car. Same thing with medical. That's why another thing I can't talk on the record, but that's a lot of reasons why there's a lot of people in this country seeing players off the record, right? So they don't get onto that Carfax. So now we have to know, and we've researched, like, guy has an injury and then all of a sudden, he didn't get treatment after the season. What really happened? So that becomes a little notch on our record. Shoulder injury, this game, blah, blah, blah. Didn't return for 2 games. Where's that shoulder at? What was the treatment? You look at the Lions, there's a Carfax report on every one of them. So when we go medical, we need to know, is it the injury was there? What took place to recover it? Where is he at? Where is he at with recovery? What I would do back in the day is that we would look at every body part and then we would highlight. I would have an assistant tell me what was injured, right? Surgeries were easy to find. It's the small nagging stuff. So I would look at muscle balance, reflex times, all that kind of stuff. I mean, we can look at your reaction times from right to left, upper or lower body. All those things make sense now, and that's how sophisticated it's gotten. So when we say medical, that's the big term for we need to peel back. Even the college kids, I mean, we're looking at college kids, they're going back to high school injuries, even with the younger guys. But, we go back so many years and see what their performance level's at.
Talk with Dr. Pierce as we do every Tuesday here on Big D Energy, every Thursday on Ermanni and Edwards as well, on behalf of the Michigan Sports and Spine Center. But, Doc, a follow-up to that. You see guys now that sit out the bowl games, and we discussed that. Guys that sit out the bowl games and they say, hey, I'm going to get my training in for the draft. I'm working towards the draft. Has the combine, I guess I'm asking you a specific, you might not know the answer to it. Has the combine kind of left the station just in terms of the drills they do? Because they've been the same now for decades, right? The 40, the bench, the cone drill, all that. Yes. Do you have guys specifically training for these events now? Because there's a lot on the line. There's a huge difference between going 4th and going 18th in the draft. Guys are specifically training for the combine events now, aren't they?
100%. I mean, there's people, there's training centers, there's a big one in Vegas. They're all over, and it's who you know, what you know. But yeah, I mean that your draft pick is hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars, and it's what you perform. But now they're looking at so much, like you said, that's so old. That's your baseline. All the other stuff, like you've asked me, what's making the difference? What's that new X factor? Everybody can bench 225 20 times now. Everybody's going to run a sub 5. Those are the kind of things going on. But what else is going on? It's the reflex. It's the reaction time. It's, can you turn, spin, and catch a ball? Those things don't really show up in the general combine. I mean, look, Tom Brady's the best example that the combine did do him any good. You couldn't predict football sense out of it. But it's some type of baseline of where we have to start and get to. Asking the question about the bowl doesn't have anything to do with if they play or not, are they getting ready. It's the prevention of an unfortunate injury during the bowl game. And they have enough time to train they can train an hour a day to be ready for the combine. It's speed training. Like we talked about Hutchinson and speed training, why he's going to be faster, because he's going to work on the mechanics. Speed training means like the guys that are doing the sub 4.4s, that comes down to mechanics a lot. Some guys are just pure speed, but that gap that's a 4.2, 4.4, 4.8, that's into mechanics and muscle balance, right? If you had an ankle injury that's been nagging you since high school and nobody really addressed it, you got to get that ankle to catch up to do that. You're losing a 0.2, 0.4. Like you said, it can drop you into the second round. I mean, those are the kind of things you start working on if you're a real sophisticated player. And a lot of these guys are doing it. It's just, it's been fun to watch the medical science lift up what the guys are doing. Before, it's like you got all 4 extremities, you're breathing, you're doing, and you got the aggressive talent.
That's it.
Smelling salts, they're back out there. That's where I started. I'm not as old as the leather helmets, but it goes back to those kind of days.
Woodward Sports chat thread, Nick Hedigan just said, "Thanks, Doc. I actually just ordered some peptides, so thank you." And Nick, I would say, look, this is what Doc does, man. So, if you got some nagging injuries or whatever, scan that QR code on the screen when the commercial comes up. He's real, everybody. Like, he's here. You see him. He's here. He's committed to the process.
The biggest injury at the Combine, or I'm not sure if he even competed in the Combine, but the number 1 pick, Abdul Carter, right, out of Penn State. They were talking about maybe him dropping in the draft because he's got a stress fracture in his foot.
Oh, good catch, yeah.
Yeah, is that something that, like, people, is a stress fracture, just brush it off, he'll be fine by the season? Or
Look,
is that
if he falls to where the Lions could get him, that would be awesome.
Yeah, can we start pitching that narrative? It's awful, he'll never be good again? Can we get that?
That's it. I think his career's over.
Yeah.
Hold on, we'll pause, and then you say that. Say it just like that, Doc. In my professional medical opinion, his career is over.
Yep.
No one should draft him.
No one should draft him. No, but for real, is that a nothing burger? Is that something the team looking at him shouldn't even freak out about?
I mean, we have a lot of things. There's lasers. There's that category of secret sauce that should not be, unless it's in some crazy position and he's having, that's a healing time. That's a committed athlete that has the mental, the football smarts to play over that type of injury. Look, we took J-Mo with an ACL recovery.
Right.
We would love to have this guy.
So this is better than an ACL.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I mean, in the same category. So
damn.
Yeah.
I know. It's like
career ending.
What would have been enough to drop him down to like 26?
I think his steps could be off, his mechanics. It's going to lead to knee injury and hip injury. And I don't feel he's committed to the recovery.
We got one more for you, Doc, and then we'll let you get on your way here. Mike O, does a good doctor recommend having at least one punchki today?
Yeah, but you better have a workout set up right after it, or a nap. A nap, then a workout.
Nap, then a workout?
Yeah, nap.
Yeah, you burn calories when you sleep, right?
You do? And
see, doctor says eat punchkis and just go to sleep.
Man, Doc is laying it down here today.
Have a beer, a punchki.
The clippings are going to be great today.
Yeah. I mean, so what do we get accomplished here today, Doc? Number 1, beer has electrolytes in it. You should use it for hydration.
But will dehydrate you.
Yes.
You can use it to hydrate and dehydrate.
And dehydrate at the same time.
Multi-tool.
So it's a net
it's
neutral.
Double-edged sword there.
There it is. Abdul Carter's foot injury is career-ending.
Yep.
No one should draft him.
Nope.
And then number 3, go ahead and smash as many punchkis as you want.
As long as you nap after.
As long as you take a nap after. Is that it, Doc?
Make sure you edit out working out. Beer is bad.
Yes.
Beer is bad, and he'll be a wonderful football player.
No, but Doc, as always, man, we appreciate the time for sure.
It's fun when we do it like this.
No, we're just chopping it up, my friend. We're just chopping up. No, appreciate you though. Thanks, Doc.
All right, real good.
All right, there he is, Dr. Pierce, everybody. He is our injury insider right there, by the way, powered by MRI of Southfield.
By the way, I got to get in for an MRI, like stat.
Nope, no problem. Right. You got the right people.
There you go, absolutely.
Yeah, but for the listeners, too, I mean, it's not like it's been said a couple times. Is he he's only for the real athletes and the entertainers? No, we're treating everybody. We don't want that aura of, I'm Woodward Sports and this and that, but if you do have an injury and you're in our area, we definitely,
Yeah, I think the people know you by now.
It's not just D-Max. I can even go see him.
Which you are going to.
Right.
So help me start stretching.
That's right.
Me too.
And the brittleness of pickleball. We'll get into more pickleball stuff next. But the numbers have increased. I didn't even know this. The numbers have, I know we got to go. But the numbers of pickleball players in the last 6 years has elevated to people walking for activity is now being matched by pickleball players in the country.
I still haven't tried it yet.
Yeah.
I haven't played it.
You'll come out.
More of a tennis guy.
There's a whole way of holding the paddle and using your wrist, and there's some technique there.
All right, Doc. As always, man, appreciate
All
your
right,
time.
guys.
Thank you very much. How about Lady Jane's?
Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome. Almost as awesome as Dr. Pierce. Thanks for him coming in on Tuesdays and Thursdays right here on the Woodward Sports Network. You can walk in anytime. You can sit down and get that awesome precision haircut. Or how about the neck rub? Or the scalp massage? Or the hot towel treatment? Or you can get your whole beard done. They do it all. Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome.
Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer, is kicking off the game with the best prices on all cars, trucks, and SUVs, like this 2024 Silverado for just $296 a month, or this 2025 Equinox for as low as $371 a month. Our locations in Novi, Highland, New Hudson, Livonia, and Lansing means we have the perfect Chevy right in your backyard. Get the home team advantage every day at Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer.
No one gives away more cash and prizes than Woodward Sports. You don't believe us? Here's our latest $10,000 winner.
You know, you guys posted, hey, if you guess all this stuff right, you know, we'll give it's $10,000. I'm like, okay, well, why the hell not?
And the winning doesn't stop there. How about our Outkick Your Coverage winner?
I think you won. We got Tully, everybody. This guy's got a hot girl.
Bigger prizes, bigger giveaways, cash, merch, tickets, and more. All from the biggest sports network in Detroit. No one does it bigger and better than Woodward Sports. Make sure you're following, liking, subscribing on Instagram, Facebook, X, and YouTube for your chances to share in the winning. From Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
Jars Cannabis. They got that top shelf quality. You know how I know? Because they carry the DMAC brand. So make sure you stop by a Jars shop around the corner near you. You could go to shopjars.com or at @jars_life on all social media to check out where they are near you. We just did a cool event with them out at the new one in Utica, and we're going to do another cool event coming up in the summer at a skate park in Madison Heights with Jars. So that's going to be a fun event. Make sure you stay tapped in with Woodward Sports to find out all the deals that Jars has.
All right, keeping it pushing. Some NFL news to tend to. Neil Rule sticking for DMAC, by the way. KG, Spencer Raxter, Chase in the Chase Lounge. Shout out, as always, to Dr. Pierce. The Eagles are prepared to move on from James Bradbury, dropping his compensation down to $2.1 million.
Yeah, trimming the fat.
Yep.
Trying to get Myles Garrett.
Yes, sir.
This allows him to carry his $5.2 million cap hit into June, then take on dead cap hits of $3.1 million this year and $7.7 million next year. So they're guys, and I got clowned on Twitter. I got clowned on Twitter a little bit, and they were like, "Well, Neil's just like." Because when we did the whole Darius Slay thing yesterday, who didn't see them cutting a 34-year-old cornerback? Well, you guys know what they're doing. I'm telling you. And yes, it was expected to cut Slay. It's not stunning to see them cut Bradbury, but when you see the numbers on paper, you see what they're doing here, everybody.
They're opening up space.
Yep.
God, dude, I'll cry real tears. Like I will cry real tears if they get Myles Garrett.
I mean, you got to hand it to their GM.
He's the best in sports.
It's tough to argue.
Yeah.
Tough to argue. The way they drafted this past year, the team they assembled.
Couple years.
Yeah.
Jonah Jackson also being traded to the Chicago Bears for a 6th-round pick.
Another win for Brad Holmes, right? Because like we always give him credit for the moves he does make. Can we give him credit for the move he didn't make here?
2 in a row. Yeah. With what was it? Who's it before Jonah Jackson? The guard that got a big deal from Seattle. I can't remember his name. He went to Seattle and got a huge deal.
Yeah, but
Brad
either
Holmes
way,
didn't re-sign him.
like people were freaking out that they're letting part of the line go. Like they know more than us, and that's one thing I think people forget.
You said it was a guard.
Yeah.
And Brad Holmes once again making the right move, not paying that man his money.
He carries a $14.6 million cap hit this year, Jonah Jackson.
Evan Brown.
For a below average
Evan Brown,
lineman.
that's right.
I mean, listen, the Bears need all the offensive line help they can get. I think we know that, right?
Yeah,
They're still trying to help out Caleb Williams. He's going to be familiar with Ben Johnson and the offense that he wants to run. So, I mean, it is a nice fit for them, but also you're overpaying for a guy that's going to underdeliver.
Well, and it's
I
see
benched last year.
Yeah, well, I see why the Bears are doing it too, because next year he's almost a $23 million cap hit. But he's only 5.5 of dead cap if you cut him loose.
You know who's going to be better than Jonah Jackson? Tate Ratledge. I'm not even joking either. Like, I honestly think Tate Ratledge could be a Pro Bowl level guy year 2.
Oh, hell yeah!
And you can get him in the maybe the 3rd round now. I think he's going to be pushing 2nd round now.
Woodward Sports Chat thread, Danny G. Jonah will be gone by week 10. They have a lot of cap money to eat up on that. They think he's going to play. They went and got him because they think he's going to play.
Yeah, he's the injury-prone guy, though.
Yeah, very.
But when he plays.
He's good when he plays.
He's good when he plays, man. So they're taking a spin with it, and they need offensive line help. Badly.
Yeah.
Badly. So I don't hate that if I'm the Bears. Like,
No.
I would definitely do it.
Spinning the block.
Yeah. He knows Ben Johnson's run scheme.
Yeah.
Can I tell you guys a story that I kind of feel?
Have a running back.
Yeah.
Can I tell you guys a story that I kind of feel bad about?
Sean Johnson.
Over the weekend?
Yeah.
So Oakland went to Lambeau Field for a tour when we were there in Green Bay.
Boo.
And hold on, it gets worse.
Someone took a poop.
No. So
I would have.
Jason Woodrich,
Upper decker.
Jason Woodrich, who plays for Oakland, has a family member that Matt LaFleur is their brother, and I forget what the lineage is.
Okay.
So Matt LaFleur was there, talked to the team, talked to Campy, all that stuff. I wasn't there for the tour, so I didn't meet him, but he was at our game Saturday. And so post-game, after I wrapped up the broadcast, I went down to the court, and Campy was there talking to Matt LaFleur, and he introduced me to him and stuff like that. We talked for about 10 or 15 minutes, just sitting there
talking. Did
talking.
you ask him why you be acting like a hoe?
No, KG, I didn't. And I'll say this.
I would have loved Neil walking up and using that exact vernacular.
You're right.
Yeah.
Why you be acting like a hoe?
Why are you acting like a hoe?
So, but when I got introduced to him, I said, Matt, look, just being honest with you, before we even start talking, I'm a Lions fan. 100% through and through, and I really don't like the Packers. As a matter of fact, Matt, with all due respect, I hate them. I said that.
Bitch.
I didn't say that.
Oh, come
no,
on.
I didn't.
Come on,
Throat
Neil.
punch him?
No, I did not do that.
Come on, Neil.
But we did.
You had a shot. You were within an arm.
Yeah, come on, man. What do we say you out for?
We sat and talked, for, like I said, 10 or 15 minutes. We talked about, a little bit about football, a little bit about basketball and stuff like that. I will say this. He doesn't make me hate them any less. He doesn't. Like, that's too far ingrained. He is a very nice guy, and I did enjoy my conversation with him. Am I wrong for that?
Yes.
Am I?
Yes.
Spenny, I'll go to
the
you.
boo sound effect.
Am I wrong?
No.
Okay.
He does seem like a bitch, though.
He super nice dude.
Yeah.
Can't believe you would talk to Hitler.
You've been parlaying with the enemy.
See?
Can't believe you, Neil.
Did you lay any, earworms for him? Like, hey, you remember when we went for it on 4th down a lot and you couldn't stop us?
No.
Hey, you remember when we flashed you on the sidelines and
Neil
looked like you
ain't
had
doing
tears
none
in
of
your
that.
eyes?
No, we just talked.
What do you talk about with that guy?
We talked about college basketball.
Okay.
We talked about, because he's got 2 sons, we talked about being a dad to sons and stuff like that.
How dare you find common ground with the enemy?
I did, as a matter of
Shit
fact.
is wild.
We forgot to do RIP Tuesdays.
R.I.P. Neil for doing that
Yeah,
shit.
RIP
R.I.P.
Neil.
Neil, for sure.
All right, well, let's take the break, and we'll put people in the coffin.
Let's go to Dr. Pierce.
Yeah, let's do it.
Well, you heard from the man. Drink beer, eat punchkis, and take a nap.
The good doctor.
Dr. Pierce is the best
He's a doctor for the people.
Give the people what they want. Dr. Pierce, he'll take care of your back. D-Mac, playing hockey's a rough sport, taking those checks, all the stuff that they put their body through. He got D-Mac through his career. He can help you get through your life. Dr. Pierce, give him a call today, 248-426-9944, or just scan this QR code.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Love Woodward Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full-line merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed-out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
You know what goes good with punchkis? Anything from Jars. Hit up Jars and hit up your local bakery. I promise you a beautiful Tuesday night. Re-up at Jars today. They got that top shelf quality, and their locations are popping up all over Metro Detroit, like the new one out in Utica that we were at. So make sure you hit up Jars today and get it right.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Final segment of the show, Big D Energy, Neil Rule, stick in for DMAC KG, Spencer Raxter, Chase in the Chase Lounge. Neil Rule, a Packers fan, confirmed.
True.
Yep. Chuck Brewer. Next week, Neil tells us Philly cheesesteaks aren't bad, and then Minnesota's a great place to be.
Yeah, how great is Cleveland, Neil?
I don't hate Cleveland.
Do you like
the
the
way,
beach?
I don't hate Cleveland the way they got a good bar scene. The bourbon, the bourbon scene in Cleveland's great.
They have one. They don't have a bar scene. They have one street.
No, the bourbon is great there. The bourbon selection in the bars dominates Michigan. Sorry, fix the bourbon stuff here.
What is this Neil Rule I'm doing a show with
Yeah,
right now, or
apparently.
Benedict Arnold?
No, it is true though. Michigan's bourbon situation
is stupid, 100%. And I don't know who fixes that.
Unless
I don't
you're
pretend to know.
Varchez, of course.
Yeah, well, Varchez fixes
Shout out
that.
Varchez.
Unless you're Varchez.
Yeah.
Save that one.
All right. So that's it. Mike O. Hey, Neil, did you bust out a Go Pack Go?
Yeah.
No, I did not.
What is
Mike
that?
G, Neil Lombardi, Neil Favre.
Who said send you a cheesehead?
Where do we send a cheesehead to for Neil? Woodward Sports. Look up the address. It's on there. All right. Mike O. See, Neil, the flats are cool. The flats are cool in Cleveland. And they got their little street downtown, too. But anyway, it's time to put people in the coffin real quick. We're going to sneak this one in there. It is a Rest in Peace Tuesday.
Rest in peace.
Spencer Raxter, batting leadoff.
Yeah.
Who you putting in the coffin, my friend? I got a good one.
That is a good question.
Neil LaFleur.
I honestly didn't think about this too much, but I'm going to say rest in peace to people saying Michigan was the best team in the Big Ten, because that shit's not looking too hot right now.
All right.
I mean, come on now.
All right.
Also, rest in peace to fucking anybody doubting Michigan State's strength of schedule. That shit's pissing me off. You look at Michigan State, they are
You could never say that about Michigan State.
They are
never.
one of 4 teams in the country with 10-plus Quad 1 wins. They are the only team in the country to win 5 consecutive Quad 1 games. And they are the only team in the Big Ten to have double-digit games of 10 players playing 10 minutes or more. This was a couple weeks ago when I looked at it. Michigan State is by far the deepest team in the Big Ten. It's not even close. You look at 10 players playing 10 minutes or more in the same game. A couple weeks ago, Michigan State led the Big Ten with 14. Second place had 4. Like, they're the deepest team in the country.
Who's questioning their schedule?
People are questioning their schedule. The committee's
absurd.
questioning. I remember hearing earlier in the year, they just beat up on the bad teams in the Big Ten. They're not winning any big games. Well, go check it now. 5 straight Quad 1 wins in a row. Talk to me about it later.
That's ridiculous, dude, to question Michigan State's schedule.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that.
Ridiculous. Chase, who you putting in the coffin? Who's resting in peace?
R.I.P. my buddy Harlan. He's not actually dead, but we were down. We're down at the. This is the R.I.P. for him. We were down at the Stadium Series game in Columbus. He spent some money on a commemorative shirt, a commemorative puck for the game, and he ends up leaving it in our seats at the stadium.
No,
yeah,
No way.
Yeah, a little bit of karma. It was about, I think he spent like $55 on the stuff. He bought 1 beer for $12 and then just kept putting them in his pocket at like the little fridge, or like people would just hand them to him, be like, "Hey, hand me one of those," and like he stole like $60 worth of beer. So
not even that.
Yeah, it all like karma got him back. But R.I.P. to that shirt and that puck, whoever got it.
Yeah,
Congrats.
R.I.P. Harlan.
Karma. It's always fun when that happens.
KG, who you putting in the coffin?
Rest in peace to Cody Rhodes, because he got his ass beat by John Cena, Travis Scott, and The Rock, man. It's a damn shame. John Cena, yes, you heard
Travis
me, Rock.
Scott.
John Cena, Travis Scott, and The Rock all beat Cody Rhodes.
Like the
ass.
rapper Travis Scott?
Yes, the rapper Travis Scott. Yes,
The real Cactus Jack.
yeah, they laid waste to motherfucking Cody Rhodes, and it's a damn shame. John Cena's a heel now. The world is in bizarro land right now. It's crazy. It's wild.
Grown men that love wrestling will always be weird to me. I'll never understand it, but I love that you guys found something you love. It's soap operas.
Yeah, I'm not a wrestling guy at all, but I respect the commitment.
It's just something I did when I was a kid and never carried over into adulthood. So it's always like, oh, wow, you're 40 and like wrestling?
Goddamn right.
Yeah.
Just like
All
people
right.
that play video games, people that watch sports.
I don't judge. It's just not for me.
Yeah.
That's not for me.
Woodward Sports Chat thread. Michigan State did play a soft schedule. Checks notes. Kansas, UNC, Memphis.
Yeah.
And that doesn't even count, the Big Ten. You guys say the Big Ten's the best, right? So there you go.
Literally, like, they have more quad one wins than any team in the country not named, like, Auburn.
Right.
So, come on, guys. That shit pissed me off. All they're doing is beating up on the bad Big Ten teams. Okay. 5 quad one wins in a row.
Stick.
Yeah.
Who you putting in the coffin?
Rest in peace to my homeowners association.
Oh,
Fuck 'em.
Disbanded?
Dude, the whole board stepped down.
Oh!
You're looking at the new secretary of the new homeowners association
Talk your
board.
shit.
It's a new day.
In
Talk your
White
shit.
Lake, there was a conspiracy. Funds were being hidden. Slush funds were not being revealed to the general public. It got called out. The entire board stepped down in a
Wow.
public town hall meeting. All 141 houses in our community showed up, and we voted for a new board,
Hey.
a new energy, a new way. And I ran unopposed and won unanimously
Nice.
for secretary.
Stick on this first
There
day.
we go.
Shit about to change around here.
Secretary Stick.
We're putting in sidewalks. We're fixing lights.
Hell yeah.
We're changing things in
Are
my
you-
subdivision.
Are you raising the dues?
No, we're not going to do that. What
Not
we're going to
yet?
do is be
Not yet,
accountable
right.
for the dues that have already.
You're going to siphon the
I'm telling
funds?
you,
Don't
there's
they always sound
there's
good on the
shady
first day?
stuff that was going on in my neighborhood. Contracting people to plow the subdivision, but also getting a free plow on your driveway with it.
Wow.
Writing personal checks and writing handwritten receipts. That don't fly.
Wow.
Full disclosure for my HOA association.
It all sound good on the first day.
I know.
It
As
always
a
sounds good
man
on the
that
first
served
day.
on his HOA board,
Right.
so full of hope that first day. So
We're
full of
putting in
hope.
a dog park. We're putting in a
Hey,
theme
Stick. Hey,
park.
Stick.
There we go.
Do you
Ferris
guys
wheels.
have a social media outlet for your HOA?
We do now.
You-
I'm creating all.
Don't
of
do it. That's what I did. Don't do it.
No,
You
we
are about to
activated
get.
a website. We have complaint forms. We're gonna handle this, and
Stick.
everything is up in.
Stick.
Everything's in the open.
I remember that. I remember that feeling that's going through his veins. And then we made the social media pages, and then you get 112 messages from the same 4 people about
Exactly.
the same 3 issues.
He barely answered texts. He ain't finna answer the HOA.
I answer texts when they're important.
He finna answer.
Mike G. Stick will rename all the streets Jared Goff.
Jared Goff
Listen,
Boulevard, Jared Goff
Goff
Drive,
Lane,
Jared Goff
Lane,
Way,
yeah.
Jared Goff Circle.
Jared Goff Circle.
Chair golf court.
Yeah.
There you
It's
go.
all there.
It is
We're gonna
all
rename
there.
the whole damn subdivision. Screw the streets.
We need more on this tomorrow from the Dull
No, for
Spoon.
real. We need
Dude,
updates.
I'm telling
We
you,
need
this
updates.
meeting when the old staff was there and like it started getting back and forth, dudes getting out of their seat like they're gonna fight in the middle of this. Like it was pure theater, pure enjoyment. But I'm happy to be on the new team.
There you go. All right, let me finish this up here. Rest in peace, Darren McCarty. And the reason why, for those that don't know, ESPN is not renewing Sunday Night Baseball with MLB.
Yeah.
It is a fixture for every 77-year-old man in this country that still has cable and Darren McCarty.
Yep.
Those are the groups that are
I
affected by
told my
it.
dad about it. He was pretty mad.
See? There you go. Darren McCarty is the most religious Sunday Night Baseball viewer that you know. Trust me, he is. I haven't talked to him in person about it yet. I don't know what his feelings are, but I can only imagine he's crushed. Absolutely crushed. We'll bring it up when he comes back, though, everybody. So, damn, D-Mac.
Damn, man.
Sorry, D-Mac.
Rest in peace.
Pour one out for Sunday
Verizon
Night
League
Baseball.
opener tonight. Golden Grizzlies, Green Bay Phoenix, ESPN Plus. I'll be on the broadcast. So
Go
tap
Titans!
in.
Shout out.
Titans in Northern Kentucky to play Northern Kentucky. I'm sure it'll go well.
Go
Take
Wins.
down those hillbillies.
Red Wings in action tonight. Carolina.
Yeah.
Brother Rice, UAD Jesuit. I'm calling that game tonight at Detroit Renaissance
Hopefully,
High.
whoever's
There it
in
is,
net, hopefully they're standing on their head or it could get ugly.
Okay, everybody. I'm out tomorrow.
Yep, me and Sean tomorrow.
You and Sean tomorrow.
Electric.
Myself and Sean
Thursday.
Well, we'll see about tomorrow. We'll know about tomorrow tonight.
Okay.
But
If I'm in the bullpen.
if Vegas is right,
Yep.
I'll be in Milwaukee tonight.
Okay.
And then I'll be doing it remote with Sean on Thursday, and then I'll be back in studio Friday
Sounds good.
for Bourbon Friday and all the usual
Hey,
festivities.
Trash Day at Sticks HOA is now called Cade Day.
Stick will have strippers picking up the trash in the HOA.
We gonna be doing broadcasts from his subdivision.
Hell yeah.
We are. Listen, I'm putting together a golf outing this year. The Woodward Sports Golf outing
Fuck
in
yeah.
my neighborhood. My deck oversees hole 8.
We gotta
We'll
vlog
broadcast
it.
live from there.
We got to get lapel mics. We got to vlog.
Yeah.
Every group has to have a vlog.
No, it's gonna be awesome.
That would be cool. All right. Thanks for watching, everybody. Well, see you later.